ran for 5 minutes, less than 5 minutes, and then afterwards you do positive. Because at the end of the year,
Is that all that screaming?
That's all the screaming. So we're like, listen, this is what I hate. And then you're like, okay, done. And now you're like, okay, positive thoughts, think about the day. Because all you need to do is just focus on that one step of being positive for the rest of that day, and it will catapult into being. What about you? What are you?
Look, firstly, I thought you guys were singing in the morning, so that's good to know. But I think for me, it's just seeking and nourishing myself from natural energy, from the outside, from the outdoors. Even just like a 1-minute session where you can take a big deep breath. I think that's just going to reinvigorate you and help you get through this last stretch of the year. The energy that you definitely need.
So how can I be mean to a person like that speaks such positive words so early in the morning, but more positivity coming to you on this Tuesday, But right now, it's time to get into those news headlines with G.
Thanks so much, guys. Let's start with the news that's on every South African's lips, at least here in South Africa. In his address to the nation last night, President Cyril Ramaphosa said the holiday season currently poses the greatest threat to the country's well-being because it is traditionally a time of gatherings. And Ramaphosa said, therefore, level 1 measures will be applied more strictly and additional measures will be introduced. This includes the curfew rule from 11 p.m, also on Christmas and New Year's Eve, and that non-essential businesses such as bars and restaurants must close by 10 p.m. Alcohol sales are restricted from Mondays to Thursdays between 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. The president also announced that, amongst others, a differentiated approach will be used for the country's beaches and public parks. Areas with high coronavirus cases will be closed from the 16th of December to the 3rd of January. This will apply to all of the Eastern Cape and the Garden routes. Beaches will also be closed in KZN on days which are seen as particularly busy. These include the 16th, the 25th, the 26th and the 31st of December and the 1st to the 3rd of January. Beaches and public parks in the Western and Northern Cape will remain open for now. On the international front, COVID-19 has been responsible for the death of Eswatini Prime Minister, 52-year-old Ambrose Dlamini, who died after he became infected 4 weeks ago and was brought into a hospital here in South Africa. He had first announced on November the 16th that he had tested positive, but that he felt well and was asymptomatic. Libyan MP Omar Gamal died in Morocco yesterday, weeks after being infected with COVID-19 as well. Staying on the subject, Canada's International Development Minister Karina Gould yesterday announced that $485 million in new funding will go towards the global effort to provide COVID-19 vaccines to poorer countries. The new funds are going towards the ACT Accelerator, which was created in April by the World Health Organization, the French government, the European Commission and the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. The ACT Accelerator is part of a global effort to ensure low and middle income countries have equitable access to medical treatments during the pandemic. Next, Yank cops introduce a new method of busting crime. Police in Riverside in the American state of California have introduced a new method of crime fighting by using an undercover Santa. So police officers dressed as Santa Claus and his elf blazed into action when they witnessed a car being stolen. Santa and his elf were outside a busy shopping complex as part of a holiday enforcement program when they spotted 3 men in the process of stealing an SUV in the parking lot. Impeccably dressed in their new attire and amid encouraging shouts from members of the public of "Get him, Santa" and "Nail him, Santa," they immediately gave chase at full gallop. One suspect was quickly apprehended, but the second made a few feeble moves of resisting arrest, which resulted in Santa putting him on the ground in a manner which would have made Steven Seagal beam. And the elf cop even ordered the suspect to kneel at gunpoint. Alas, the third suspect calmly drove off in the SUV. However, the police say they know who he is and he will not get anything in his Christmas stocking on Christmas Eve. Brings a whole new meaning to naughty elf. And that's where we leave our headlines for now. Let's see what's happening on the sporting front. We start with rugby, and the lack of international competition for the entire year since lifting the Webb Ellis Trophy has definitely intensified interest in the Springboks pool draw for the 2023 Rugby World Cup in France that was completed in Paris yesterday, where the Boks have certainly avoided a worst-case scenario in Pool B, up against Ireland, Scotland and the winners of the Asia Pacific 1 and Europe 2 groups. South Africa will play Ireland, currently 5th in the world, for the first time ever in a World Cup pool game, in fact. And that lack of game time probably probably also weighing on the mind of Captain Sikalisi, who has said that for the immediate future, the Springboks' attention will be on another huge and looming challenge, that in the form of the British and Irish Lions tour next year. Well, speaking of draws in football, the draw is in for the Europa League last 32, and Manchester United have a tough task in the form of current Spanish league leaders Real Sociedad. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's side finishing third in their Champions League group, so dropping into the second tier, where they can now look forward to welcoming back in form former City star David Silva back to Old Trafford. And their Premier League table-topping rivals Tottenham Hotspur, they'll be happier with their draw against Austrian club Wolfsberger. But I think more immediately, most pundits will be waiting for tomorrow night's Premier League top-of-the-table clash between Spurs and Liverpool. Both sides dropping points with draws over the weekend, and Spurs with their nose just out in front. That's tomorrow night at 10 tonight. Chelsea will want to bounce back from their loss to Everton. That's as they travel to the Molineux to face Wolves. Then staying with football, becoming a very sought-after role, AmaZulu have unveiled their new head coach, Benny McCarthy, hoping his return to mainstream South African football will herald a new era for the Durban-based side. The Porto and Bafana star, whose outing as a manager at Cape Town City FC ended prematurely, according to many, replaces Ayanda Dlamini, who was only able to net 1 win in 6 outings this season. Benny's first challenge up against Golden Arrows tomorrow evening. Tonight, his former club plays Stellenbosch FC, while reigning champions and current log leaders Mamelodi Sundowns. They'll face newcomers TS Galaxy, but I think the derby action between SuperSport United and Kaizer Chiefs will probably steal the headlines for tomorrow. That's where we leave our sport for now. Let's get our first take on this morning's weather.
Thank you so much, G. Before we get into that weather, we asked you to send through your sunrise pictures so we can see how your morning looks like from your part of the country. We start off with Nick Lombard, one of our regular photographers, posted this beautiful pink skyline and windmill from the Klein Karoo. Now here you can expect sunny conditions with scattered clouds and a warm 29 degrees maximum. Another one coming through from our favorites, Nancy Govender managed to capture this bright blue sunrise from Umkomas in the KZN. Now you can expect a couple of thunder showers with a warm max of 27 degrees. Now you too can contribute to our weather report by capturing your sunrise pictures and posting them on Expresso's Facebook page. Now taking a look down under, wild weather is battering a 1,000-kilometre stretch of Australia's east coast, bringing torrential rain and abnormally high tides of up to 8 metres, eroding the shoreline in some areas, 2 cities, including Brisbane and the Gold Coast. Now more than 2,000 homes in the cities were out of power yesterday, and people were left stranded in floodwaters. Now this, as meteorologists have warned that this Australian summer will see the impacts of a La Nina weather pattern developing in the Pacific, which typically brings more rainfall and tropical cyclones. They have also warned Australia of a future of simultaneous natural disasters. Now bringing it back home for the first look at your weather conditions. Starting off with Polokwane, your low is 19 today, peaking at 27 degrees. If you do find yourself in Umbombela, it ranges from 21 to 33, so it's going to be a hot day for you today. Pretoria, if you're out and about, it is 16-26. Johannesburg, you can expect temperatures ranging from 13 to 24. Mahikeng, 17-30. Klerksdorp, for you, it is 17-32. Kimberley coming through with a low of 16 and a high of 34. And then Bloemfontein following shortly with a low of 14 and a high of 31. Richards Bay, for you, it is 21-28, and then Pietermaritzburg with a minimum of 17 and a maximum of 26. South Africa's playground Durban ranges from 21 to 28, and then Mthatha ranges from 13 to 22. East London, for you, it is 18-23, and Craddock is coming through with a low of 12 and a high of 28. The friendly city of Port Elizabeth PE ranges from 17 to 23, George 14-22. The mother city, Cape Town, it's looking beautiful today with a low of 15 and a high of 22. Worcester, if you're out and about, it is 11-31. Sutherland with a low of 8, peaking at 27. But then last and definitely not least, Uppington ranging from 21 to 36 degrees. But of course, like we always say, whatever the weather, wherever you find yourself, happy Tuesday to all of you.
Happy Tuesday indeed, but let's think consciously right now. True societal change is not possible without effective leaders and the world's biggest network of change agents. Global Citizen is gearing up to honor those who are making extraordinary efforts for the world's most vulnerable with their upcoming 2020 Global Citizen Prize show. So the second edition is being hosted again by singer and songwriter and all-round legend John Legend, and we are being encouraged to celebrate the heroes among us who have stepped up with strength, with compassion, with humanity against a backdrop, of course, of unprecedented global challenges this year.
Gee, now there are 4 major awards in the categories of Global Citizen of the Year, World Leader of the Year, Business Leader, and of course the special Cisco Youth Leadership Award, which will be distributed, as well as local country hero awards given in 6 key markets, including South Africa. So we congratulated our deserving winner with the Wise Collective last week. Now, in addition to the awards, the broadcast and digitally streamed show will feature inspirational stories and unforgettable performances that will bring together influencers, artists, activists, and global leaders to remind everybody that there are many reasons to be hopeful as we enter into 2021.
And we're almost there, guys. We are almost there. So be witness to who is being awarded at the 2020 Global Citizen Prize Show. You can catch it right here on SABC3 on Sunday, the 20th of December from 9:30 p.m. Go and escape the norm this summer with something truly inspirational.
It's my feel-good breakfast show. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. A very happy birthday to you.
Hopefully it is a very happy birthday to you. Welcome back as we get into a celebratory mood. It's that time of the day where we wish you, our most beloved viewers, a very happy birthday. And if it does happen to be your birthday today, you share it with none other than South African football referee Victor Miguel de Freitas Gomes, or Gomez. He turns a young 38 years old today. I can't believe he's that young because he's such a commanding presence in the PSL. He's been a referee in our league since 2008, an international referee since 2011. One of the best in the business here in South Africa, undoubtedly. And for him, reffing is not a job, it's a passion, one which he enjoys and has enjoyed from a very young age. So we wish one of the best in the business a very happy birthday. Wherever you are, sir, I hope you are celebrating and not having to work today.
And not
tomorrow,
giving us a
PSL
red card.
returns back tomorrow, yeah.
And now the best in the business as well, you are lovely viewers. This one is for Masego. It reads, happy birthday, Masego, you are the greatest.
Expresso, this is Bongle Masego. I just want to wish myself a very happy birthday. Happy birthday to me! I thank the Lord for blessing me with so many years, and may He continually bless me. I just pray and wish for a blessed happy birthday. Thank you.
So sweet, so beautiful.
I love it. I love when people wish themselves a happy birthday. It's a good sign.
Be your own
Yeah,
type
it's
person.
cool, man. Yeah.
The next one is for Jasmine. It reads, happy 11th birthday, Jasmine. We love you from Len, Bev, and all your family in South Africa.
It's Jasmine's birthday today. She's 11 years old and she's in Canada.
Yay, let us sing! Happy birthday, it's your birthday. Happy birthday, it's your birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Jasmine! Everybody say hoopla!
And the random award for 2020 goes to, oh man.
My life is made.
Why on the
Yes.
bike, man? But no, I'm all for it. You get it in where you can. You've got to keep that exercise going. Absolutely love that. So let's wish a happy birthday now to a beautiful mom out there, Maria. This is from your son, Charles, who says, I love you. Take a look.
Good morning, guys. I would like to wish my mom, Maria, a happy birthday to her. She's turning 47 today. Probably she's already at work, but I would like her to enjoy her day. God bless her.
Oh, man.
She's already at work, and we hope that she's watching the show right now to get that amazing wish from you.
You are loved, Mama. You are loved. And Katlego Rangaka also celebrating. I'd like to wish myself an awesome happy birthday from myself. Let's hear from Katlego himself.
Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to me.
Oh, ta-da! Ta-da! Beautiful. We're gonna squeeze in one more. This one is for Afsana. It says, happy 41st birthday to me. My wish is to be a blessing to everyone in my life, always. From myself, Afsana. Love that. Be your own hype person. We said there's nothing wrong with it, but of course, if you do want to send someone else a 50-second video, you can do so by sending it to us on WhatsApp to 071 640 6551. And who knows, you could be wishing your loved one live on the show. But from all of us here on your Feel Good Breakfast show, happy birthday.
Christmas is creeping closer and closer, which means it's almost time for the kids to sit down and write their festive wish lists. Kids are nothing but direct when they know what toys they want under the Christmas tree. So to help you out, we are joined by Marizan Klaasen and Christina September from the Games Kids Toy Club. Good morning.
Morning.
Now they will be giving us their honest review on some of this season's must-have toys. Nou Marizan, ek gaan sommer met jou begin. Wat se speelgoed gaan jy vir Kersvader vra vir die jaar?
Ek gaan vra vir Tom. In 'n stroller.
Ooh. And you, Christina, which toys will you be asking Santa for?
The Pointer watch.
Now, Marizan, you were given the My Love doll and pram. Kan jy vir ons bietjie sê waarvan jy hou van hierdie speelding?
Nou gaan ek 'n ma wees van die pop.
Oh. leuk. En het jou poppie 'n naam?
En Bella.
Bella. Oh, wel Marizaan en Bella gaan lekker gaan stap in die pram. Now, Christina, I wanted to know from you, you received that really cool Polaroid watch. Can you tell us what your thoughts are about it?
My thoughts are that the Polaroid watch can take your heart pressure, so it will tell me if I faint because then I must take an iron tablet and a banana tablet.
That is amazing. Are you very active?
Yes.
Which sports do you like to play?
Netball.
Do you like playing netball? Well, that is amazing. So you will be wearing your watch whenever the netball season starts again?
Yes.
En wat is jou gunsteling ding van jou poppie? Hoe lyk die pram? Wys vir my. Wat 'n kleur is die pram?
There's in pink.
Ooh, is dit jou gunsteling kleure?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, listen, I'm looking at these toys and I am jealous. But now we're going to come down to the serious things. I need your official rating of your toy using those emoji panel boards. So I'm going to count you down. 3, 2, 1, show them. Oh, Christina, you got all of them. Now, I do have one more question for each of you ladies. Christina, I'm going to start with you. Why do you think parents should get these toys for their kids?
I think that it's fun for the children to have toys, and if a child is sick, and then the child can see on the watch if a child is sick.
Very good. Thank you so much. En Marizaan, hoekom sou jy sê mamas en papas moet hierdie speelgoedjies vir hulle kinders koop?
Van my mind van my eating of van my goodies.
Lekker, so ietsie vir die hele familie. Well, you two are absolutely amazing. Marizaan, Christina, thank you so much for your time and enjoy these really cool toys that Game got you to review.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.
With the festive season around the corner, a lot of kids will be writing their festive wish lists filled with new toys they hope to receive. So why not take advice from our experts and head to your nearest game store to get unbeatable deals that will give you and your little one the happy feels this festive season. Their opening hours are Monday to Friday from 9 to 6, Saturday from 9 to 5, and Sunday and public holidays from 9 to 4.
This December, one Expresso viewer, one chance to win access to movies for a year to the value of 15,000.
Welcome back, everybody. You're in time for a treat because our beautiful South Africa hosted its first official pod party musical festival, now called A New Day Out, that took place at Monte Casino. The party made use of socially distanced pods to create a safe environment and adhere to all the COVID-19 regulations and protocols, and it was a roaring success. Now, proudly South African musical artist Majozi, who burst onto the music scene in 2013, was one of the performers at the event. You can hear the studio is going crazy. And of course, Majozi joined us this morning right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show to tell us more. Good morning.
Morning. It's good to be here.
Listen, you've been doing the things. You've been all over. I mean, you've been performing at Opi Coffee. You've done so many events. But to be a part of South Africa's first official pod party, what is that like?
It was nice, man. It was really cool. Like, I mean, you know, in these times, doing shows is super difficult, and everyone tries to implement the safety regulations and everything, and the COVID regulations. And this one was really special because they had separate pods for everybody that was social distance. So you had your group, and you had umbrellas and things like that in your little pod, and they were pretty strict with people walking around. So I think everyone kind of felt safe, you know, and the musicians felt safe, and we just felt like it was probably the best example of a gig in the new normal that I've done. Yeah.
Talking about that, because it's been a while since you performed for a live audience, having that vibe there, just being like people jamming to your music, what was that like?
Oh, it was fun, man. I mean, at first it's a little bit strange because everyone is not jumping around and doing all this kind of stuff, but it was just, you could see people were happy, and that's really what matters to me the most, yeah.
Absolutely. Is there going to be more happiness coming from these pods? Can we expect more of these in South Africa? Because clearly we didn't get the memo the last time, so I want to go to the next one.
I hope so, man. I really hope so. Like I said, I think that was the way to do it, the way the guys at New Day Out did it. It was safe for everyone. Everything was implemented very strictly, and so let's hope so.
2020 has been a difficult year for a lot of artists, but you managed to release a single called Falling, which touches on a very important topic, not just for this year, but overall mental health. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so the song is, I wrote it for my girlfriend. I started writing it last year. And I just wanted to let her know that I was always going to be there for her. And she, like you mentioned, has been struggling with depression and anxiety. And through that journey, I've kind of realized that that was the only thing I could really do. You know, people in life teach you, and society teaches you that as a man, you're going to have all the answers. You're going to be the knight in shining armor. You're going to come and save the day. But that's not the reality all the time. You know, like when you're dealing with people, especially people with depression and stuff, you won't have all the answers, you know, but the best thing you can do is listen to them and be there for them. And that's essentially what the song's about.
Is that what 2020 taught you?
Yes, 100%. Yeah, 100%. I think we all need to be there for each other. You know, like people have had a tough year, people have lost loved ones, people have lost their jobs. And it's really important that as humanity and people, we get together and look after each other and love each other.
Actually, something is pulling me on the side of my eye here. You actually have a photo of her on your guitar. Let me just tell you, if your man does not put a photo of you on his instrument, then this is pretty cool. I really love that.
She makes me do it so I can so like chicks can just stay at bay and be like, yo, stay away. There's my girlfriend there, you know. No, I'm just joking.
I love that. What is the plans for the rest of the year? Where are you going to be celebrating Christmas? Are you staying in Cape Town? What is the vibe?
I'll be celebrating with my girlfriend Daniela's family. I'm just going to be here in Cape Town, man, like not playing any gigs, just chilling.
She's Spanish, right?
Yes, she's half Argentinian, so she can speak Spanish pretty well. Yeah.
Is the next single going to be in Spanish? Maybe just like a...
Listen, you never know.
What can people expect for the rest of the year and maybe for 2021 from Majozi?
I've got a new single coming out next year. I'm actually going to play a little bit of it. Well, I'm going to play the whole song today. And yeah, we're just going to see, like I said, you know, so much has changed, so it's kind of hard to make plans when we don't know what's going to happen. But I'm still going to release new music for sure.
Definitely. And speaking about the Majozi, Majozi, clearly we didn't get the memo for that jersey as well. What is that all about? I like it, the falling on.
Yeah, so when I was writing the song, I wanted to do something special with the song, and I wanted to release something that would mean a lot to me and to her. And my mom used to make jerseys when I was younger. That was like her vibe. She used to have a big machine and she made jerseys and beanies, and I'd take the beanies to school to sell for her. Then she'd be upset because I wouldn't sell them. I'd just give them away. Now making these jerseys, I know why she's so upset, because the material is very expensive. But yeah, I wanted to do something special, and then we kind of aligned it with the South African Depression and Anxiety group, SADAG. So all the profits of these jerseys go towards that group, and they do an amazing job. They've got a website. It's www.sadag.org. They've got a toll-free number you can go check out. So if you know someone who's struggling with depression or anxiety, go to this website, do a bit of research for yourself so you can just know a bit more about how to deal with people like that. And if you're also struggling yourself, go check it out. They're very awesome people. I've been doing stuff with them, and yeah, they do a lot of awesome work.
I think it is the perfect gift for Christmas. Speaking about Christmas, what is your most laughable gift that you've ever received for Christmas, off the top of your head?
A laughable gift? Jeez, I don't know. I'm very sentimental, so you can give me anything and I'll be appreciative. Yeah, I don't know. I can't think of anything.
Don't say anything right here, because people will just be sending you random stuff like coal.
Send me stuff.
Socks.
Send me stuff.
We're going to catch up more with him. Majozi is here on your Feel Good Breakfast show, so don't get anywhere. Right now, we're heading back to the kitchen with the boys.
Oh, we love you, Majozi. We love you, man, because you're always loved up and awesome. So good to have him here. Lest we forget, though, the festive season is here, and it brings with it a festival of feasting, an opportunity to dine every day from breakfast to dinner. So on today's menu, we've got your next starter covered, a little entree with these crispy and delicious Be Well crumbed mushroom skewers with green herb mayo. I'm always cooking for you. So today you're going to cook for me.
Yes, I get to wine and dine you, G.
Thank you, man. Thank you, baby.
All
My
right,
babe takes care of me.
You're ready for this one?
I'm ready for it.
I think I got this one locked down.
Okay.
I've put a lot of effort into trying to memorize this, okay?
Well,
yesterday it was a bit debatable in the kitchen for me. So we're doing these epic mushrooms.
Come back strong, bro. Come back strong.
Indeed. So we've got some epic mushrooms coming up here. What I'm going to do before we actually start this, normally you should never really wet your mushrooms, all right? Because they're porous and they absorb a lot of water.
So brush them, hey?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I'm going to do a little light dashing. And the reason why we did that, G, was just to kind of get these to, let me just empty some of that out, is kind of just to get these to bind with the flour.
Okay, so it's got a coating of moisture. Okay.
So check it out, right? So now they're nice and wet. Now I can dip it in the flour like this. But before I do, we're going to add a little bit of a tang to this flour. So I put a little bit of salt in that, and then some garlic flakes or garlic salt as well.
That first one was just a tester.
Yeah, just a tester to see if it binds or not.
Okay,
you know we do.
The binding principle, Ryle's binding principle,
yes,
man.
So
I got that.
We got the okay there. So we mix this flour and just kind of give it a little bit of pizzazz, of course.
Nice.
And now, seeing as we did a good test and it does work, we can throw the rest in and basically give it a nice coating with the flour.
Okay.
Step one. Right?
Cool.
Then we move over to step number 2. I've got some egg white and egg yellow mixed up, and then we're going to kind of swirl that around.
Wow, so this is going to have like extra crunch, bro.
Like you know, everyone loves crunch. This is like crunch on another crunch that went to private school. And then, last but not least,
this mushroom feels entitled. It feels entitled. It's got so much crunch.
To get a red carpet all the way to the.
His first job is sorted. He's not worrying about his future.
Man. So there you go, simple as that.
Nice,
and it's quite fun. So like if you want to have the family get involved, you can make like a little train and dance, and you can go. Simple as that.
Beautiful,
guys.
man. Actually, I'm always a little bit nervous, a little like resistant to coat things. You never know. Wow, and what? This is brilliant, and it looks like a fail-safe method. Absolutely love that.
Pretty much, and I mean. Like you said, G, like you can't get it wrong. Even if you did, the fact that you're mixing them all together, it's still going to fry and crunch beautifully.
And it's going to be beautiful. Layer it, give it 5 layers, man.
If you want to,
crunch that you've ever did crunch.
Let me do one more. just to make sure that we got enough for everybody, because I see everyone in the studio. Mouth-watering eyes. And
we got some big lads here, bro. The boys need to eat, man. The boys need to eat. Okay, I love that. So while you're completing the rest of those mushrooms, I'm going to create our beautiful green mayo.
Please do that.
And the winner, dinner, Be Well canola oil is going to form a part of it, and we are using our original tangy canola mayo made with Be Well. I absolutely love this. This is a staple in my own home. Beautiful taste, beautiful texture, and it is going to give us that tang. So I'm going to start with 2 tablespoons of our Be Well. And I mean, it doesn't have to be absolutely exact.
It's pretty cool if you haven't noticed already, G, apart from the egg, but especially if you didn't want to use egg and to use a different binding agent, everything here kind of becomes vegan once again.
Yeah,
awesome,
for sure.
Right? So we're using a full plant-based recipe here. So a lot of the guys at home that are maybe choosing a different diet, this is a beautiful, beautiful option for them as well.
All right, and then I'm going to add a cup of our tangy Be Well mayo. I'm just kind of guesstimating here.
Yeah. So a cup would be like 4 to 5 tablespoons, roughly.
Thanks for saying that, because that's what I've gone for.
Nicely done.
I'm hoping that's the way to go. And then we've got some freshly chopped parsley, about a half a cup of that. We've got some lemon zest. You want the zing. Yes. That's going to be beautiful, that combination of the beautiful meaty flavor of the mushroom and the zing.
I find it balances it out so nicely, otherwise you just get that blandness from the crunch as well.
A little bit of lime juice going in there as well. Pop this guy on. So where's the challenge? Here we go. Beautiful. And we're just going to
spin it all up. That's man. G, so you've got that going on, right? But we're not done with our recipe just yet. You see you finishing that up.
You want it to be a little bit chunky. I just want it to start turning green. I think that looks good, hey?
That's brilliant, G. Absolutely fantastic.
Beautiful.
Now, you've got the sauce perfectly sorted out there. I've crumbed all my mushrooms. The last thing I need to do is quite simple. It's the last step. I've got my oil on heat, and I'm simply going to dunk my mushrooms in these bad boys over here. And while we're at it, let's invite
Majozi, get in here, son.
I see you eyeing these beautiful mushrooms over here.
There you go.
I'd love to try some. I already cooked some over here on the end for you.
Yes.
While these are going nice and golden, all you got to do, guys at home, for the last step, fry these up, get them nice and golden and brown, and then you're going to get yourselves your crunch on with your beautiful mushroom skewers. And man,
add them to the skewer.
You've got to be the proof in the pudding here. Tell me if G and I can deliver.
Let's see.
And I made a beautiful little. That's a green mayo made with love, hey?
Let's see.
Love.
Would you invite us as a chef to your Christmas?
Hey?
You know what, guys? I'll say something, yeah? I'm going to say something.
Be honest, please. Be honest.
I don't like mushrooms, but like this, I love it. I love it.
Yes.
So good. So
good. Buddy, thank you so much, man. Cannot wait for you to perform this morning. We absolutely love you. We love hosting you in our studio, and so glad to see you thriving in this crazy time.
Yeah.
But hopefully this has inspired you. A beautiful little entree. You can make enough to make it your main if you so would please. But the key here, the secret is in our zing, in this beautifully crafted green mayo with our Be Well canola mayo and, of course, our Be Well canola oil, carrying that stamp of approval from the Cancer Association, so you know what you're putting in is just so good for the body. Well done, buddy. Well done.
Yeah.
Yeah, good go.
Be Well. Love, food, life.
Cross and Blackwell. Snap. Black cat peanut butter. Cool chagalaka. And the twist challenge.
Buy any 4 participating products and stand a chance to win 10,000 Rand daily. Add a twist to everyday meals.
That's the song I'm doing. Tasman Bieber, Holy? Yeah, I'm doing Holy. And please quickly tell the guys. Has anyone done that? Just been like, last minute just changed. Like people do it all the time, it's cool. It's not like that, you
Yeah, the other side, please, yeah.
Just think now. Let's see what works nice, yeah. Yep, it's in.
Just keep going for me.
Oh, donkey. Donkey, that's perfect. You can put it anywhere, it's fine. Yeah. One, two, sorry. Oh, hey, sorry, I'm gonna play guitar now. When the clouds come rolling in, know the sun will shine again. When it gets dark and you can't find the answer. Every time you need a friend, know I'll be there till the end. When the lights go down, we'll dance together. So lay your head next to mine. Can I get more of the guitar? So lay your head next to mine. Maybe I could ease your mind. I need you to realize right here. The sounds that fall from the sky. Tasting tears. Yeah.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome, Mac. Thank you so much for keeping it locked. Now, throughout a year that has provided many challenges and I think changes to all of our lives, many people are using the opportunity of the festive season to see the loved ones they haven't been able to physically connect with for too long and take a break from a very hectic year. Amidst the rise in COVID-19 cases and following President Cyril Ramaphosa's address last night, there are some burning questions we have regarding travel and tourism, and that's why we're having being joined by this morning the SA Tourism CEO and good friend of our show, Cisa Ntrona, who is here to break it down for us. You seem quite relaxed, Cisa. You seem quite relaxed after this year. Or is that in a catatonic state of shock?
There you go.
After this crazy year. I can only empathize with what must have been the most challenging year for one of the sectors hardest hit. How are we faring right now? How is the tourism industry standing? Are we still standing after what we've experienced?
Yeah, thanks, and good morning. It's we're the walking wounded, if I can call it that. It's been a long couple of months, and I distinctly remember, on 26th of March, we literally had to stop everything. We thought it was for 20 days, isn't it, right?
Yeah.
And look where we're at. And I think the president said something last night that resonated with me, that the virus needs, in order for the virus to spread, it needs people to move. I'm in the business of moving people, right? And sometimes those two are directly opposed in essence. And I think that's why we've put in the health and safety protocols in order to mitigate that risk.
There is a way we can do this. We've proven it. We call it the new normal. Whatever you want to call it, there is a way that we can safely ensure that people can connect because we need it now. I didn't realize after seeing my poor fiancée not see her family for over a year how much of an impact that's had. Now, you times that throughout our entire country, you can understand the emotional fallout. After this year, we need to connect with the people we love the most. A second wave has hit. Is this a second wave of disappointment? Are we ready for it? How are we going to wrap our heads around this second wave, and how is it going to affect your industry?
Sure. Part of the difficulty is trying to navigate a ship in utter darkness, and we all get new data points all the time, so our forecast always changing. We thought we'd learn some lessons on the Northern Hemisphere, essentially about what not to do, and look what they're at now. They're actually back in hard lockdown. I just don't think South Africa has the space, the temerity to actually do that. So, what the president announced yesterday was all about saying, let's just be mindful that we are still in the middle of a pandemic and we need to go back to basics a bit. And I think in order for us to have some form of semblance of an economy, of a sector, we kind of need to adhere to that.
What he spoke about in terms of those restrictions being put in place, focused, it did feel like it was iterated that there was an opportunity, some breathing room to still travel within that. Talk us through the restrictions and how it's going to affect the travel industry.
Sure. So just in principle, South Africa is following what we call the risk-adjusted strategy. As the risk comes down, we adjust accordingly from level 5 to level 1. quite the opposite. If the risk goes up as well, we need to adjust and kind of tighten a bit. And what the president basically announced is a couple of things. One is the curfew across the board, essentially from 12 o'clock to 11 o'clock. And that's more driven around people congregating in the early hours of the morning or late at night. That you're just trying to get rid of that side. It's also kind of focused on where the hotspots are at, and those get enhanced restrictions, like the Eastern Cape at the Garden Route. All the beaches are closed, essentially, you know, until I think the 4th of January. And then what you're finding then in KZN, also a hotspot, you know, on targeted days, Christmas, Boxing Day, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, etc., to really just focus on those. And then the rest of the country is more on warning, if I can call it that, right? And although the president said they'll review in January, but if the numbers significantly spike up, I think you're going to see another iteration come through. It's about handing power back to the citizens of South Africa to say basically it's in your hands, you know what to do, wear your mask, sanitize and keep distance. And I think if we follow those protocols, essentially, we've got a much better chance as a nation to curb this pandemic.
All of that being said, there is still a lot of anxiety around travelling for those that have booked their travel that are still yet to travel. What's your advice to them?
Planning. That's the first one. The second part is let's try avoid spaces where people congregate in large numbers. We've got a beautiful country. It's very expansive and wide. And we're currently running a campaign at the moment to really shine the spotlight on what we call the hidden gems or off the beaten track. Go find the small little dorpy that you can have all your peace, where is that space, essentially. And let's stop kind of clustering up. And I think this is a beautiful opportunity to actually do that. I think the tagline for our summer campaign, even before the president spoke, was about let's do summer differently. And I think it's that differently. So let's do summer, but do it differently. I think that's the key thing.
Well, feeding off what you're talking about right now, and I've discussed this with every sector, with musicians, with those in the arts, all of those sectors that have been most affected by what's gone on this year. Is there a silver lining to all of this? Are you starting to see an opportunity where SA tourism might learn new things, might come out of this stronger and better for the challenges we faced?
Sure. Am I learning new things? I had
Every day.
I had an afro at March. Look at me now, right? Yes, absolutely. One of the opportunities that COVID has really given us is to almost restack the tourism sector in South Africa and rebuild domestic tourism. We just don't know our country well enough. I think we know some key spots around, but now give us the time for us to slow down and explore our country, to go off the beaten track, as I said, to find those little dorpies and find your peace within there. And, you know, depending on what you want, basically, you can either go to the mountain, you can go to the bush, you can even go to the beach, those that are open, essentially, and find your peace within there. We've seen things like hike really becoming quite popular, where people are getting outdoors, camping, etc. So there is just so much one can do. Take the time to explore it. And I'm inviting everyone to come to our website, www.shortleft. Find your peace within there, and I think there's something for everybody.
Yeah, and we deserve a little peace. You deserve a little peace, so I hope you're going to take a moment to go and breathe yourself. Go for a hike, please. This weekend, go for a hike. But well done for surviving and for finding a new way of dealing with this, and I think most importantly by giving access to South Africans who desperately need to connect with the people that they love and the country that we love. I think this has really highlighted just how much we adore our beautiful country. So thank you so much for that, and good luck for the rest of the year, my friend. No more hair loss, please, no more hair loss. But of course, you can get more information. You can visit southafrica.net for all of the info to find out what is happening in terms of restrictions and where you can go this summer.
Thank you so much again, Cesar, for that valuable info. Now that we are all clued up, though, on all things traveling during COVID, it's time to take a look at this. To celebrate their 100-year anniversary, Suzuki created Suzuki Go 100, which is the platform showcasing South Africa's best adventures and our beautiful hidden gems. 100 years with 100 ventures. So Tabiso went to discover some of Cape Town's most beautiful landscapes. Let's check this out.
Suzuki has launched Suzuki Go 100, celebrating their 100-year anniversary with 100 of the best adventures across South Africa. So me and my Suzuki Expresso, well, we're heading on an adventure to discover some of these beautiful treasures. Oh, you know, there's a reason why Cape Town's been named the best city in the world time and time again. From the beautiful crystal waters of Camps Bay to the beautiful and amazing mountain tops that surround us, there truly is something for everyone. And I've had the most fun driving the Suzuki Expresso. There's nothing not to love about it. It's packing such fantastic features. The infotainment screen on there is magnificent because I can connect my phone and play music off there, but also the navigation system is so awesome. The aircon is a tick for me, blue tick, because it's so hot in South Africa during this time of the year, and let's be honest, you need some aircon. In fact, today is a really good day to explore the city, so let's go biking. Well, as most Cape Townians will tell you, the best way to get into a brand new day is by doing something a little active. And I decided today to come to the Sea Point Promenade and get on a bike. And who knows, maybe grab some selfies while I'm at it. Catch you later. About Suzuki Go 100 website is that you can pin these amazing locations on the map for other avid adventurers to go out and explore. Cycling on Sea Point Promenade is definitely on my list. That was so much fun. Listen, I could do this all day, but the sweet little baby over here is asking to be driven, so let's get on the road. I don't think you can find a more scenic, breathtaking drive than Chapman's Peak. Every corner you take is really just another beautiful view. Huge mountain cliffs and selfie opportunities for days. This is definitely one for the bucket list. You know, I really have had so much fun driving the Suzuki Expresso. There's nothing not to love about it. It's packing such amazing features. But the connected drive, which means that you feel one with the car. When you step on the tar, you are one thing. I love that. Moving further south down the coast, we start to make our way to Cape Point, the most southern point of the Cape Peninsula. Rugged rocks and beautiful cliff faces with rich greenery. It's another incredible stop to add to the Suzuki Go 100 map. That was a lot of fun. I've just uploaded the Cape Point onto the map. I've put a picture on there, a bit of detail about the location. The next couple of people who are going to be checking that out are going to want to come here for sure. But I've worked up quite the appetite, so it's time to see if I can find a spot nearby where I can grab some food. I've been living in Cape Town for over 2 years now, but there's so much to Cape Town that I know for sure I still haven't explored. The summertime is all about going out there and hitting those roads. So much adventure at every turn in this city. It's all about exploring and really experiencing the best of Cape Town. It's safe to say that Cape Town certainly is the best city in the world, and I got to experience it all in the Suzuki Expresso. The best of everything, from starting off in Sea Point at the promenade with the cycling and then taking in all the beauty in Camps Bay of the tranquil waters, taking a really scenic drive that led me to the best of nature's beauty at Cape Point. And now we're wrapping it up in Kalk Bay, where I'm about to enjoy what's been termed the best fish and chips in the bay. What a time.
Lived his best life. It looks like an adventure, just so beautiful.
It really is, and I think this app is so cool. The platform Suzuki Go 100, it literally allows you to explore some of the most unknown and beautiful places in our country, and the entire guide's there in terms of what you need to bring. Do you need a 4x4 or not? So I think it's just absolutely perfect, of course. Now, the next question, Jamie, is what are you waiting for, Mzansi? Go 100 and celebrate 100 years of Suzuki. And all you got to do, of course, is visit SuzukiGo100.co.za to find out more about these amazing adventures signatures and get out, get voting, and get going. Your adventure awaits.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, everybody. You're still keeping it locked right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It is a Tuesday, and we have the one and only Majozi still with us. Yes. We've got a bit of a taster before the ad break, and man, oh man, are you in for a treat today?
You are indeed, but before we get to the magic, we're going to start off with some news and then bring you all of Majozi. Let's check it out.
Thanks so much, team. It has just gone the top of the hour. Let's delve back into our local news headlines first. Pharmaceutical group Johnson & Johnson is the first company to apply to register a COVID-19 vaccine in South Africa. The South African Health Products Regulatory Authority, or SAHPRA, has said yesterday. SAHPRA Chief Executive Boitumelo Semete said the regulator has now begun an official review process and will focus on the safety, quality and efficacy of the vaccine. She added that the regulator has held a number of pre-submission discussions with companies in which she advised about the data required for a successful application. Then in his address to the nation last night, President Cyril Ramaphosa said the holiday season currently poses the greatest threat to the country's well-being because it is traditionally a time of gatherings. Ramaphosa said, therefore, level 1 measures will be applied more strictly and additional measures will be introduced. This includes the curfew rule from 11 p.m., also on Christmas and New Year's Eve, and that non-essential businesses such as bars and restaurants must close by 10 p.m. Alcohol sales are restricted from Mondays to Thursdays between 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. And casting a wider gaze on the international front, a new variant of coronavirus has been found, which is growing faster in some parts of England. And this is according to UK Health Secretary Matt Hancock, announced this yesterday. He said at least 60 different local authorities had recorded some 1,000 cases of COVID infections caused by the new variant, and added that the World Health Organization had been notified and UK scientists were doing detailed studies. Hancock said there was nothing to suggest the new variant caused worse disease or what vaccines would no longer be effective. And COVID-19 has been responsible for the death of Eswatini Prime Minister 52-year-old Ambrose Dlamini, who died after he became infected 4 weeks ago and was brought to a hospital here in South Africa. He had first announced on the 16th of November that he had tested positive, but that he felt well and was asymptomatic. And Libyan MP Omar Gamil died in Morocco yesterday, weeks after being infected with COVID-19 as well. And now a snippet from the glamorous world of entertainment. Media personality and multi-award-winning TV and radio personality Burnout was crowned Woman of the Year 2020 during GQ South Africa's coveted Men of the Year awards ceremony this weekend in Sandton. In her acceptance speech, Burnout said she was very proud to receive the award on behalf of all women who take chances, lead and innovate, as well as inspire the next generation to do even more and be even more. In 2018, GQ South Africa revealed Bonang as their first ever woman to grace the standalone cover. Other notable winners this year were Master KG, crowned Musician of the Year, Designer of the Year went to Tebe Magugu, Entertainer of the Year was won by Elsa Machimbo, and Kwaito musician, songwriter and actor Kabelo Mabalane was crowned Man of Today. Accepting the award, Mabalane said it was always great to be recognized for service to your community, and he added, if you're not serving your community in whatever shape or form, you seriously need to reassess. Well, you can reassess as we round off our news headlines and delve into our sporting lineup. We start with rugby, and the lack of international competition for the entire year since lifting the Webb Ellis Trophy has definitely intensified interest in the Springboks pool draw for the 2023 Rugby World Cup in France that was completed in Paris yesterday, where the Boks have avoided a worst-case scenario in Pool B, up against Ireland, Scotland and the winners of the Asia-Pacific 1 and Europe 2 groups. South Africa will in fact play Ireland, currently 5th in the world, for the first time ever in a World Cup pool. The lack of game time probably also weighing on the mind of Captain Siya Kolisi, who has said that for the immediate future, the Springboks' attention will be on another huge and looming challenge, that in the form of the British and Irish Lions tour next year. Well, speaking of pools, in football, the draw is on for the Europa League last 32, and Manchester United have a tough task in the form of current Spanish league leaders Real Sociedad. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's side finishing 3rd in their Champions League group, so dropping into the 2nd tier, where they can now look forward to welcoming former City star David Silva back to Old Trafford. Their Premier League table-topping rivals Tottenham Hotspur, they'll be far happier with their draw against Austrian club Wolfsberger. But more immediately, I think most pundits will be waiting for tomorrow night's Premier League top-of-the-table clash between Spurs and Liverpool. Both sides dropping points with draws over the weekend. Spurs with their nose just out in front. That's tomorrow night at 10 tonight. Chelsea will want to bounce back from their loss to Everton. That's as they travel to the Molineux to take on Wolves. And then bringing it back home, Benny is back in the 18 area, becoming a very sought-after role, it seems. AmaZulu have unveiled their new head coach. It's Benny McCarthy, hoping his return to mainstream South African football will herald a new era for the Durban-based side. The Porto and Bafana star, who's outing as manager at Cape Town City FC, ended prematurely, according to many, replaces Ayanda Dlamini, who was only able to net 1 win in his 6 outings this season. Benny's first challenge up against Golden Arrows tomorrow night. This evening, his former club, of course, plays Stellenbosch FC, while reigning champions and log leaders Mamelodi Sundowns will face newcomers TS Galaxy. But I have a feeling the derby action between SuperSport United and Kaizer Chiefs will probably steal the headlines tomorrow. And that's where we leave our sport for this hour. Let's take another look at some of your beautiful sunrise pictures.
Absolutely, G. Now, we ask you to send through your sunrise pictures so we can see how your morning looks from your part of the country. We start off with Shaheen Peterson, who sent us a sunset picture. However, we appreciate this view from Hermanus. Now, Hermanus, you can expect a pleasant day today with a maximum of 22 degrees. Another one coming through from Linda Macmillan, who posted her morning view of the CBD from South Africa's playground this morning, Durban. Now, Durban, you can expect some thunder showers with a warm maximum of 28 degrees today. Now, of course, you too can contribute to our weather report by capturing your sunrise pictures and posting them on Expresso's Facebook page, because we absolutely love seeing them. Now, South Africa's Antarctic and Southern Ocean Strategy, a landmark move to implement the Antarctic Treaties Act, has been approved by the Cabinet. The treaty has set aside close to 10% of the Earth to be used only for peaceful purposes and in the interest of all humanity. South Africa being part of the treaty supports Africa's agenda of garnering research, conservation, sustainable resource use and environmental management. Scientific data collected during voyages to the Antarctic is integral to understanding the impact of climate change and weather information associated with climate change. South Africa maintains 2 stations in the region, one in Antarctica and another one on Marion and Go Islands. Now bringing it back home to have a look at the temperatures for the day. Starting off with Polokwane, your low is 19 today, peaking at 27, but 40% thunder showers are expected today. Umbombela ranges from 21 to 33. Pretoria, for you, it is a low of 16 and a high of 26. Johannesburg, for you, it is 13-24. If you do find yourself in Mahikeng today, it ranges from about 17 to 30 degrees. Klerksdorp, for you, it is 17-32. And if you're out and about in Kimberley, it also ranges from 16 to 34. Bloemfontein with a low of 14 and a high of 31. Richards Bay following shortly with a low of 21 and a high of 28. Pietermaritzburg 17-26. And of course, South Africa's playground, Durban ranges from 21 to 28. Mthatha 13-22. East London with a minimum of 18 and a maximum of 23. Cradock, for you, it is 12-28. And then the friendly city of Port Elizabeth ranges from 17 to 23. George 14-22. The mother city Cape Town can be seen with a low of 15 and a high of 22. Worcester 11-31. Sutherland, for you, it is 8-27. And then last but definitely not least, Uppington coming through with a low of 21, peaking at 36 degrees. But of course, whatever the weather, wherever you find yourself, happy Tuesday to all of you.
You heard it earlier on the show, of course, and thank you once again, Jamie, for delivering us with the beautiful weather report. But the time is now, and Majozi is in the building and is about to deliver something special. But before we get into it, brother, we've got some people obviously so excited that are watching at home, wanting to know all about you, and we've got some questions that have come through as well. So if you don't mind, Mzansi would like to know the following, man. One question that's come out quite a bit is how exactly you actually got started in the game, what challenges you're going through and facing right now, and especially in your entire journey as well. What were those journeys, or what were those complications, or I guess just obstacles?
Obstacles.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, with the first question, I kind of got started in church. I think as a lot of people, a lot of guys get their chops in church. You know, you've got instruments to practice on in there. You've got people to help you out. So that's where I kind of started. And how do you start? Was that one of the questions?
So yeah, more about the challenges. Like the challenges, I think especially for the viewer, they might be wanting to go on the same path as you, and also maybe experiencing some challenges. So maybe something they can relate to in terms of how did you get through that to where you are now?
I think the biggest challenge for everyone is yourself. So you've got to kind of know that you can do anything you put your mind to. You know, so if you want to succeed, there's things you have to do. You have to work hard. You have to practice, and you just have to keep grinding at it and just keep upskilling yourself, keep learning things. Don't be afraid to learn things. Get advice from people. Don't be afraid to ask, and keep just getting better and better, and set your own goals. Don't compare yourselves to other people. Just make sure you yourself are getting better, and then you'll be okay.
Oh, I absolutely love that. Forever growing. Oh, yeah. Beautiful stuff. Well, Majozi takes to the floor to perform his latest single, Falling, which was inspired by his girlfriend's journey with mental health. And he hopes the song will bring joy to those who can relate. Now, Falling is a deep declaration of love and vulnerability. And unfortunately, stigma surrounding mental health is still common. And we are so thankful that artists like Majozi are not afraid to talk about this issue that affects so many of us. Brother, take it away.
When the clouds come rolling in, you know the sun will shine again. When it gets dark and you can't find the answer, and every time you need a friend, you know I'll be there till the end. And when the lights go down, we'll dance together. So lay your head next to mine, and maybe I could ease your mind. I need you to realize that I'm right here with you. When the the stars are falling from the skies, and your days turn into endless nights. No, I'll always be there by your side. So don't go giving up, because I'll be there when the sky is falling. Do, 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 falling. Do, 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 falling. Do, do, do. And I'll be there when the sky is falling. I'll pick you up straight off the floor and carry you through every door. I'll make you smile, I'll never let that vanish. 'Cause you're the one that I adore. Mi solito, mi amor. Don't ask me why I'm still so bad at Spanish. So lift your head to the sun. You and I have just begun. Our love will never come undone, 'cause I'm right here with you. When the stars are falling from the sky, and your days turn into endless nights, you know I'll always be there by your side. So don't go giving up, because I'll be there when the sky is falling. Stars are falling from the sky, and your days turn into endless nights. No, I'll always be there by your side. So don't go giving up, because I'll be there when the sky is falling. When you can't breathe and it's not easy, please believe me. Oh, when you can't breathe and it's not easy, please believe me. And when the stars are falling from the skies, and your days turn into endless nights, no, I'll always be there by your side. So don't go giving up, because I'll be there when the sky is falling.
Here's to you, can't work from home workers. Bo Terminator, 'cause every meeting I'll be back. The mask forgetting shoppers. Hi. And you, who go the extra mile instead of keeping just 1.5 meters. To you who opened your doors again, we take our hats off. Nina, who kept us moving, 100%. And of course, the no Mayini general dealers. You might not be essential workers, Mara, you too played an essential role in keeping Mzansi working. And that's why we're giving you a chance to win your share of 5 million rand. Join Nedbank today.
December, one Expresso viewer, one chance to win access to movies for a year to the value of 15,000 rand. Going to the movies will never be the same. This will make one epic competition. Watch Expresso weekdays to see how you can enter. Competition closes 19 December. T's and C's apply. See you at the movie.
That's so cool. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
That's so silly.
Oh, I
That's so
love it.
silly.
Welcome back, everybody. You're still with your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Fam, listen
Okay,
up, okay?
listen,
Because
Linda,
tomorrow,
listen.
yes, listen, Linda. Tomorrow is Shisha Day, which means for one day only, you can get unbeatable deals for the whole family at a game store near you or online. Now, Christmas just came early as we're giving you an exclusive this morning with some of the hottest deals you can get your hands on tomorrow only. Now, let's not waste any more time and take a look at what we have on offer.
Yeah, man. I can't believe they're just rolling. So it was like Black November, now it's Black December. It just keeps happening. So let's get you outdoors, shall we? Camping and the outdoors best enjoyed when the correct outdoor and camping equipment is used. And Game has got all the camping accessories that you could need to make it your best holiday yet. So why not get your hands on the Camp Master Classic chair for your next trip at only, get this, 199 Rand, under 200 bucks each. You can afford to get more than one. No one has to sit in the dirt. Patios are often just an empty space. Instead, why not make your patio beautiful and an oasis, I think, with this Vieto patio set for just 2,999. It's guaranteed to reflect the elegance of garden comfort in your home. Look at that. It is beautiful. Then the holidays are also a great time to upgrade your home theatre system. So why not do it in style with a JVC home entertainment system valued at 4,999 Rand. It's got power there, power, baby. And we know these deals are getting you hot and bothered with just how good they are, that we think the next item might come in handy as well when you cool off with this Logic 45cm floor fan for only 799 Rand. And then speaking of keeping things cool, you're going to want to add this KIC 210-litre chest freezer for just 2,899 Rand to your wish list. Stylish, efficient chest freezer designed to last. It's got the space.
Summer is sorted with Game.
Some great deals,
of course,
man.
These
Wow.
amazing deals are valid at a game store near you and online tomorrow only, which is the 16th of December, for only one day. Now, Game's got you, and you've got Game. All you have to do is visit www.game.co.za for more. And remember, their opening hours are Monday to Friday from 9 to 6, Saturday from 9 to 5, and Sunday and public holidays from 9 to 4. Get shopping, get
Got no
your
excuses.
summer ready.
Get that
to stay
camping
already
chair,
for
man.
you.
Get it.
Of course, another festivities will definitely continue with an absolute classic, but this time it's taking place in the kitchen. Yes, what's up, Mzansi? You are locked into your Feel Good Breakfast show, and Chef Clem is showing us how to make something special. It's the perfect cherry glazed and brandy glazed smoked gammon for Christmas. Oh, it smells, it tastes, it sounds delicious, but the proof is in the pudding. And alongside a crispy sage butter potato bake, this is one meal you are gonna want to pay attention to. Chef Clem, we're doing some big things.
We're doing some big things.
Oh, this is not to be taken lightly. This is like the meal for Christmas, man.
Absolutely, and I feel like it's the meal that keeps on giving back, because you never finish the whole big gammon on Christmas Day, do you?
I've tried, but I have failed.
Yeah, exactly.
I've never come through.
That's what I love about it, because it gets turned into the most amazing toasted cheese sandwiches the next day, hash the next day. Oh,
I'm sure
so
we're going to
good.
be doing so much with this, but what are we doing today?
Okay, so let's start off by talking about this beautiful cherry and brandy glaze.
Okay.
It's so special, it's so sweet. It's made in small batches, which I absolutely love, and it's a very specific recipe, right?
Is that what you're putting through right now?
Yeah. I mean, I didn't make it.
I thought we were making it and...
No, it's done for you.
I like you, I like that.
It's made, and it sounds so like fairy tale-like, and it really is. It's made in the mountaintops of the Piketboerberg by some people that are very talented when it comes to making glazes. That's how small batch this is. It is so beautiful. We're using it on a gammon today, but it works on beef, it works on duck. It's so amazing. If you're braaiing and you want to tip your braai game up, it's this one. And it's only now. It's limited edition.
Did you say from the mountains of...
The mountaintops of the Piketboerberg.
Oh, that is just...
Isn't that magical? It's like I'm gonna go on an adventure to find the source of the ring, to go to the mountaintops. I
almost imagine someone coming through from the family like, guys, I've got it. I made it back from the mountain.
And the whole village is like,
you are.
No, it is.
Get your glaze on.
It's really, really special. True story. I used this to make cocktails last week.
Cocktails?
In cocktails to get that like Christmassy vibe coming through, because the spices are beautiful.
Oh wow!
It's really amazing. I mean, just like. No game. It's not. It's beautiful, right?
Make anything taste good, actually. I can see how this can work with this gammon. So where do we begin with this? Obviously, we got the glaze, which is going to make this a lot easier, I'd imagine.
Right.
But what do we do with this hunk of meat?
So what we've done is we've got the original big showstopper gammon. This is the boning gammon. What I've done is we've a little bit of oil on it, a little bit of salt, and then it goes into the oven to start that first cooking process.
Okay.
Then what we do is we remove the skin, not the fat, the skin, and it's this part on the outside. And do we throw it away, Ryle?
Oh, hell no.
No, we don't. We cut it into strips, we put it in the air fryer, and we make crackling. Oh, your guests are going to love you for it.
Naughty.
So definitely what I'm going to recommend is when you do this, when you do take the skin off while it's still warm. Don't let it get cold, because you're not going to take too much of the fat if you want that fat.
That comes through with the skin of it. Okay.
What you need is you're going to score it. The reason we do this is as it goes back into the oven, wherever you've made those cut lines, it's going to start crackling and getting crispy and golden and brown, and it's going to give you this beautiful pattern on there. What you could also do is you could take a star cookie cutter and press that into the fat. So as it cooks, you're going to get this beautiful star shape of fat.
Okay.
Just to be a little fancy. Okay. Then what we're going to do, the beautiful glaze is going to go on, and you're just going to spread it around evenly. It's so beautiful. It's cold and it smells amazing. My chiropractor.
So just to be on the same page as you, because I'm actually going to potentially try this. The first step was in the oven, just with what, like salt and
a little bit of olive oil.
A little bit of olive oil. That's it.
Just for the
and
first
then we got to this stage over here.
We got to this stage.
How long would I have to leave it in for?
It depends on the weight, and what I like about this, the instructions are on there, on the packaging.
Okay.
So you can see what the weight is, and there's instructions per 100 grams on there, or 500 grams. It's done for you. So I'm going to see my chiropractor after this, and he says to me, she's like, "What are you making on TV today, Russell? You know this." And I'm like, "I'm making gammon," and he's like, you're going to bring me some, right? Yes, definitely, because this, what I love, you can feed the nation with this.
For everyone in the studio and some.
Absolutely, we're going to feed everyone. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some oranges. The oranges go squeeze over, goes into the oven, gets nice and glazed. I've also made a beautiful potato bake. It's in the oven right now. I'm going to bring it to you right now.
Okay.
While I'm doing that, you can tell the people where to get this recipe.
I'm going to come through with the goods now, of course, guys. You want to find out where this recipe inspiration comes from, you can head over to woolworths.co.za for this gammon infusion that is going to get your festivities kicked off the traditional way, and of course the way that everybody back home is going to love you for.
All right, okay. Beautiful sized potatoes. I just stacked them with a little bit of sage. I'm going to put this over here. You don't need more than that.
You just like casually spoke about these potatoes like it's a normal thing. Look how beautiful that looks, man.
Do I have time to talk about it?
They look good.
Do I have time to talk about it?
I don't actually think so, because we're on the main.
Oh, I've got time. They were like, yes, you can have all the time you want. Guys, we're closing the show today. Okay, what I did is I took some potato and I thinly sliced the potato, okay? And then what I'm going to do is a little bit, normally we stack it like cut side up for like a potato bake.
Yeah.
But what we want maximum crisp. And to do that, you're going to stack it like slices of bread when you get it. You're going to stack it up like that.
All right, that's why it looks so different over there, okay?
But what's very important is every few layers you add, you need to season it, because potato doesn't have a lot of seasoning in it, so it really screams for seasoning. So we're going to stack it up, and then I've got some malted butter. What you can do to add extra flavor to your butter is you add garlic, but don't play. add a lot of garlic.
Oh, we know how you do in the kitchen.
Yeah.
You just go all ham with them spices.
Yes, because as that garlic's cooking, it's going to become super sweet, and it mellows out in intense flavor, so you're not going to get that smack of garlic in your face. You're going to get beautiful, like a sweet garlic hum coming through your whole entire potato dish.
Don't be shy.
Don't be shy. Okay, cool. So there we go. And again, season as you go. Very, very important.
That was actually pretty simple.
It's so simple.
Wow.
And you can slice it by hand or use a mandolin to make your life easier. Sage, we know sage goes really well with pork. Actually, sage goes equally as well with potatoes. So you just stack your sage in there, and then that's also going to go crispy. If you want to be really fancy, you can pour some cream in there. It's not necessary because the butter does all the work for you. So there we go. Sage goes in. Another thing, potatoes and black pepper.
Yeah.
If you want to be fancy, you can use white pepper. But black pepper will still get the job done.
I think just alone on this, it looks so different to what you'd commonly expect at a dinner table when it comes to your potato serving. So I think as a side, this is going to give that little pizzazz, which I absolutely love.
There's one time of the year you're allowed to go absolutely over the top, and it's the festive season. I haven't got your stamp of approval on this yet, because it's the first time I'm cooking with you in a long time, but in the festive season, we're not counting calories, we're counting our blessings. Raul, I know that's not... But it's the festive season, man.
We're not counting calories, we're counting our blessings. I like that.
Don't count calories,
I like that.
we count our blessings.
Look, Clem, it's been a year. I think we all deserve to celebrate, so why not let go, of course. If everybody's been watching the show and been joining us in the fitness, then by all means, you have earned this. But we're done with the crisps. Gammon, is that pretty much
Gammon's done. What I would suggest is maybe pop a few apples on this. You're getting roasted apple, nice sweetness coming through with that smokiness of the pork. Everyone's going to be happy. You're going to be happy tomorrow with the leftovers, and the next day, and the next day. This is the gammon. One more thing before we go. This guy over here needs a round of applause. With the Fair Lady Taste Panel tasted it, they gave it 5 out of 5. That doesn't happen. 5 out of 5. That's how good our gammons are.
Gammon, of course. Yeah. Guys, there you have it, the most incredible deal, the most incredible meal that you're going to prepare this Christmas. And of course, if you just missed it, check out this recap.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
So here's the good news. With Christmas only 10 days away, it's that time of the year where we get to prepare a joyful affair with family and friends. Claire Robinson, Woolworths Head of Trend and Design in Homeware, is here to help us get the scene ready for a day of delicious festive dining with the people closest to our hearts. Claire, great to have you here. No pressure, but I've got the in-laws are out now.
So you need some tips.
I want some pizzazz. I really want to wine and dine them over the festive season, and we're going to be able to do to at Woolies, I know, because we've had a
Absolutely.
sneak peek of what's available to us. But I've got to ask a question first, okay? Sideboards.
Yes.
Are they still relevant in today's day and age?
Oh, absolutely they are. But, you know, don't think about the old sideboards of, like, you know, when we were growing up. Well, I'm older than you, so those were even more old-fashioned than they are now. But don't think about the old, big wooden sideboard. They can be very modern and very simplistic, but they have a great purpose in the house. Because even when it's not Christmas and you're serving food on them, you can decorate them with vases and single blooms.
Beautiful little Christmas trees.
Yes, exactly.
Absolutely lovely. Okay, so what do we need then? What pieces are in play to set the perfect sideboard?
Okay, for Christmas, what I think is really important is the tree. The Christmas tree, not only the big tree that you have in your house with your lights and baubles decorated on it, but the little tree on a table, on a sideboard, on your Christmas table that you're going to sit down and eat at is very, very important. And we have quite a variety of them in stores at the moment, and I really love these ones that have got little LED lights.
Gorgeous.
So you just pop batteries inside, switch them on, and they have a really great feeling and ambiance on the table and the sideboard.
Completely, I absolutely love it. I'm all about this kind of Christmas, bringing more green in. There's something beautiful and natural about it as well. It's not gaudy, it's not in your face. It really is warm and welcoming. What are the trends? What's driving you guys this Christmas?
So green is a very big trend in homeware decor, and bringing the outside in, and faux plants combined with real plants. So we've put some penny gum in here as well, and I think it's really all about the lushness and and green and plants have a very good emotional effect on you.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely doing my Christmas this way this year. I love the greenery.
It's very South African.
Yeah.
It's very natural, as I said. It's soft and it's warm and it's welcoming, but it actually, on an energetic level, it's actually good for your space.
Oh,
it
absolutely.
really is.
Absolutely it is. And then the other thing that I'm really loving is mixing that with these little touches of Africa, like the tray over there and this beautiful placemat, which are made by Mo's Crib, which is a company that have been doing beautiful work for us. It's all locally made, locally produced. It's really gorgeous.
Sustainable, beautiful, amazing.
Yeah.
How do we add the drama?
How do we add the drama? Well, before we add the dramatic food,
Yeah, I know.
we can add little bits like the
Our
reindeer, which is
aloof reindeer.
always very important. Yeah, just
I love him because
aloof,
he knows he sparkles.
No, he knows. He knows he's important and he has a
knows.
place. Yeah. And then just add bits of Christmas, like baubles and Christmas lights. Christmas lights are a great way to accent any sideboard, any table. Pop them in. They're all LED. So they run on batteries, so you don't have to run them across into a plug point, which is really convenient. These are also LEDs, so all battery operated.
The fake candles are
Yeah.
beautiful.
And then these beautiful boards also add great drama and fit in with the foliage and the beautiful grass mats. And these are all sustainable. They're all from trees locally in Cape Town. They've fallen down and they've been turned into...
Wow.
So it's not like we're chopping down forests to make these boards.
You're talking about drama. That is epic.
I know,
That
isn't it
board
magnificent?
Is epic, and it needed something epic on top of it. So I'm so glad we got the gammon just in time for that.
The big boy.
We're going to go a little deeper tonight at 7:30 on SABC3 in The Insider. I know you got to really have a lot of fun and let the Christmas festive spirit explode on the show. Can you give us a sneak peek?
Well, I don't want to give it all away, but it was actually an incredible day. So there were chefs in the kitchen cooking up beautiful Christmas meals, and we set a beautiful table outside on a patio in Bantry Bay overlooking the ocean.
Tough life.
So we combined some interesting colours in to create the surroundings that we were in. So think ocean, think mountains, think greenery.
Think a South African Christmas, because that's how we do it. We don't have the snow, but we've got so
No, we've got so much, and we've got sunshine, which is just amazing. So we always have to create, a beautiful South African Christmas that evokes sunshine and warmth and festivity and coming together as a family and, with friends and family. It's important.
And that is the most important thing this year, more than anything else. The joy that has entered our household, having this family that we haven't seen in over a year back with us, meeting our daughter. we
know,
cannot
so
wait
special, hey.
to sit around a table and feast and enjoy each other. Claire, you have the best team in the world, and your job might even be better than mine.
Maybe. No, I don't think so.
I
maybe.
love my job. I love my job. Well, it's time to create a happy little moment for one lucky viewer because she has won a 500 Rand Woolies voucher. Congratulations to Tembi Radebe. Big round of applause. You're well on your way, girl. Hope you're going to enjoy some of that festive shopping. And you guys at home stand a chance to win your 500 Rand voucher of your very own. Just reply to the competition post on Expresso's Facebook or Twitter page and tell us what gifts would you buy your family or friends if you won. Remember to include hashtag Woolies Christmas. That competition closes today at 9 a.m. The terms and conditions can be found on expressoshow.com. And of course, for more festive inspiration, make sure that you tune into The Insider tonight at 7:30 only on SABC3 as Claire and her amazing team from Woolies show us how to celebrate Christmas the Woolies and South African way.
Join the Insider SA tonight at 7:30 as we explore the Drakensberg from a farmhouse retreat with Uzalo stars Nelisa Umtunu and Masoja Msiza. Newly crowned Miss Soweto Tobile Steyn takes us home to meet her family. And we celebrate Master KG and other winners at the SA Style Awards. That's the Insider SA tonight at 7:30. Repeat Sunday at 12 midday, only on SABC3.
Well, listen, speaking of Christmas, if you haven't asked Santa for something nice yet, then you better hurry up because time is ticking. Christmas is around the corner.
So myself and Kukle went out to do our festive shopping at a coffee lover's wonderland. Check this out.
Yo, Kukle, can you believe it? There's a week left till Christmas. I need to get my shopping on. I haven't even found a gift for my special someone.
And that's exactly why we've come to Nespresso at the V&A Waterfront, because we are guaranteed to find the perfect gift for our loved ones.
I like how you think, and of course, who doesn't love coffee? Let's go see what we can find.
Please. At home, we are avid coffee drinkers, so I have found the perfect limited edition festive trio with 3 different coffee blends from the Amaretti flavor and, of course, Italian-inspired Il Cafe, which can be enjoyed as an espresso or even iced coffee. I love variety.
I think I found the perfect gift, especially seeing as my special someone loves to join me in the great outdoors. So what better way than to grab a Nomad travel mug to enjoy all the beautiful flavors of Nespresso in the outdoors. Wait, I think I'll grab myself one too. I think our gift shopping experience was perfect. The only issue I have is I don't know how to wrap gifts. Nespresso's got that covered. Let's sort it out.
Thank you so much, Chelsea.
Wow.
How impressed are you with the gifting?
No, I don't think I could have done a better job at all. I'm so happy. Crisis averted. Christmas shopping is done.
Yes. I am so glad we came to Nespresso to find the perfect Christmas gift for our loved ones. Now, from us to you, happy holidays!
Let's go put some smiles on people's faces.
Look at that, putting a smile on everyone's face. And of course, I'm going to put a smile on your face. Oh, man,
Please.
I've made you a lovely ristretto at your service. Take it away and let me know what you think of it.
Okay, let me have a little bit, chat.
See if I can put a smile on Majozi's face.
Very good, very good.
Watch, it's a little bit hot.
Delicious.
I see.
Delicious.
Yes, we won. We got a smiler. Enjoy, brother.
Thanks.
we chose some of the world's rarest local coffee crafts and refined them to create 5 distinct new tastes. After all, we are the choices we make.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for keeping it locked. Seeing as we're enjoying the outdoors, let's get down to business. Pruning is an essential gardening skill. It encourages healthy growth, flowering, and of course, good looks. And added to that, it also deters pests and animal infestation. Tanya Visser, who is a superstar in the garden, shares some important tips with us on how to keep our garden in the best shape, literally.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Tanya Visser, your garden guru, and today we're going to take you through a garden task that many of you are a bit nervous of. It's called pruning, but I mean big pruning. Now, guys, pruning is one of the most important garden tasks that you need to perform in order to keep your garden in tip-top shape. In nature, pruning happens just naturally. Yep. Branches fall down, animals eat them, and they get pruned. But in our gardens, in our domestic gardens, that doesn't happen. And the bottom line is, we've got to step in to tame the wild. So today, guys, I'm bringing out the big guns. Don't be intimidated. This is a chainsaw. But ladies and gentlemen, all chainsaws are not born equal. This guy is a cordless chainsaw. It's no petrol, it's no mixing. Low noise, most importantly. And for me, I can manage this guy really, really easily. Folks, the only thing I need to make sure of with this baby is that, number one, I have got enough battery power. And then the next thing I need to do is make sure that I have filled up the chain oil, and that is really important. Folks, so this is my avocado pear tree, and it's really, really old. The thing is, it's kind of in the wrong place in the garden, but I absolutely love it because it gives us such beautiful pears. Every year, there's a beautiful bounty. But what I do need to make sure of is that I keep it to the right shape, that A is going to be safe, and B is going to give me maximum fruiting. The more light you have into any tree, especially fruit trees, well, the more fruit you have. Because as long as there's sun, you will get photosynthesis and you will get flowers. And after flowers comes fruit. So parallel branches, like we can see here, are not ideal. Plus, you know this tree is old because look here, it's got a bit of rot in it, already just falling off. Here, the stem is actually split, and in time to come, could actually rot all the way down into the main stem. And that's what I can't have because I really like this tree. So this is about corrective pruning and shaping to ensure the longevity of the tree. So I know it's hard, but before you start cutting, you've got to make sure that you've got your safety boxes ticked. Number one, eye protection. If you're wearing glasses like me, wear them on top of them if you can't see. All right, really important. Number two is to always have some gloves. Good pair of gloves, really important. And then the best part of all are these guys. These are called chaps, guys, and I feel like I need a horse. However, no, I need a chainsaw. And all they do is they really help you in case the chainsaw slips. It stops the chain from turning and basically just freezes it up. And it's all about safety at the end of the day before we can have fun. Right, guys, now what we've got to do is to manage the branch, and it's just about managing it, is we do what we call an undercut. Now, this is important because when you do this undercut and then you go to the top and cut through, what it does is it stops the tree from tearing. Undercut is done. Now we go just a little bit behind and straight through. Do you see how that worked? Because we've done the undercut, there's no tearing. Also, we've now removed all the weight. So now I can go down to where my final cut is going to be. Important to remember, never go too close to where the branch emerges from the main stem. We go about 2 to 3 centimeters away from where the main join is, and here we can go straight through with lots of ease. Right, now the final one, and this is purely for aesthetics. Oh, beautiful. Nice and smooth, no nicks. It hasn't chewed it, it hasn't ripped it. That's why we use a chainsaw. And remember, folks, it's the same principle with cutting the other branches. Well, there you have it, folks. Pruning 101. Nice and easy, and that'll give you the confidence to attack any job, no matter how small or big. Remember, I'll catch you same time, same place, tomorrow where we learn about blowers.
First of all, I've got to say, Tanya, you are brilliant at what you do. I want to talk about all the gardening elements there, but I can't get over the fact that it's a battery-operated chainsaw. That is one of the coolest pieces of equipment still coming to the party to keep our gardens in the best shape possible. And of course, you can get in on that act. Go and spend a bit of time outdoors and enjoy your green space.
Raul, picture this, taking in the cinematic effect of the big screen while laying back in a comfy seat and munching on freshly popped popcorn is nothing short of incredible. I think we all need it after 2021. It just sounds amazing.
Indeed. Now, a new era of wonder begins with the spectacular new superhero blockbuster, Wonder Woman 1984, which starts showing in new Metro cinemas tomorrow. That's Wednesday, the 16th of December. So why not book a first-class cinema experience where you can sit back in their full recliner seats and reap the benefits of a luxurious VIP theatre. Now, are you hungry? Well, New Metro's VIP cinemas have an in-cinema dining menu as well as licensed bar lounges. How crazy is that?
It's the levels for me. Wow. It is really the levels. Now, taking yourself back to 1984, mid-Cold War, and watch how Diana Prince, also known as Wonder Woman, comes into conflict with two formidable foes, media businessman Maxwell Lord and friend-turned-enemy Barbara Ann Minerva, also known as the Cheetah, while reuniting with her love interest Steve Trevor.
Sounds interesting. Indeed. Well, I have our own Wonder Woman in life. Now, who would you say is yours?
I always mention my mom on the show, but I would definitely highlight my Omsi. It's my mom's elder sister. She is just like the Wonder Woman in my life. She is the person that keeps me grounded, keeps me humble. She's the person that will call you listen, you're messing up, what are you doing? Keeping me in check. She is that person. So she's definitely the person that I'd highlight as my Wonder Woman.
Oh, I absolutely love that. And speaking of different Wonder Woman, we were lucky enough to get a message from, a message for you straight from Gal Gadot herself. Check it out.
Wonder Woman fans, I have some very exciting news to share with you. Are you ready for it?
This world is not yet ready for all that you will do.
Tickets for Wonder Woman 1984 are now on sale.
The world needs you.
Oh my gosh. I know the cinemas are doing all they can to keep you safe, and I can't wait for you to experience Wonder Woman 1984 at the cinema near you. Be safe.
I'm going. I want to go tomorrow. Like, absolutely, I'm going. Definitely.
Gal Gadot coming through there with an important message. Now, to book your tickets for Wonder Woman 1984, obviously visit newmetro.co.za or call 0861 246 362.
And also remember, New Metro and Expresso are giving one lucky viewer a chance to win themselves a VIP card, which will give you access to the movies for a full year. And this is valued at 15,000 Rand. All you have to do is to enter, reply to the competition post on our Expresso Show Facebook or Twitter page and tell us what your favorite New Metro memory is. Don't forget to include that all-important hashtag, which is Expresso New Metro, in your answer. Now, the competition does close on Saturday, the 19th of December at midnight, and those T's and C's do apply and can be found on expressoshow.com. All we have to say is see you at the movies.
It's great to be outside, loving your green spaces, enjoying the transformation you can bring about with your hands. Make Stihl part of your sweet summer magic, because with Stihl, summer is better. And so is your home. Bring nature home with Stihl.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. You're live with Expresso, almost into our final hour of the show. But let's talk about tonight. An amazing lineup right here on 3 on the Insider SA. We are gearing up to celebrate the best of what the holiday season has to offer.
Oh, indeed. I cannot wait now to discover a festive table where some of the country's top celebrity chefs and decor experts come together to create a colourful spread of authentically South African dishes and share their fondest festive memories.
Yeah, man. Then some star power. We join Uzalo stars Nelisa Mchunu and Masoja Msiza as they escape to the majestic Drakensberg Mountains and wind down after a very long year, let's be honest.
You know I can't wait for that one as well. And then we're also getting to know this year's finalists at the Miss Soweto 2020 pageant and join the newly crowned Tobila Steyn as she takes us on a tour of her neighborhood to meet her fam.
I love it. So let's escape the norm and catch the Insider SA happening tonight at 7:30 right here on SABC3.
Listen, you are still in for a treat because we still have South African artist Majozi here with us on your Feel Good Breakfast show, and he is here to perform Close to You. Tell us about the song.
It's a song that I haven't released yet. It's coming out next year. It's just a fun song that I started writing, co-written by my good friend Jethro Tate, and yeah, that's it.
So this is an exclusive right here.
This is an exclusive right here on Expresso Live, people. Tune in. If you've got friends at home that haven't woken up, wake them up so they can listen to the song.
Well, listen, Majozi, the stage is yours. Take it away.
I love the way that we fit together, keeping close in this Jersey weather. The way you fell into my arms is as if it's by design. I always knew when we met each other, I really wish you could meet my mother, 'cause I know you'd steal her heart as fast as you stolen mine. Who knew you'd come along and make falling in love easy? Oh, oh, I pray that someday I'd see the light. Then I saw you. Now I found my way out of the dark when you came into my life and grabbed my heart. Now I'm breathing in your love. Now I'm breathing in your love. And I need to feel your heartbeat right close to you is where I always wanna be. Now I'm breathing in your love. Love the way that you dance so crazy, trying to move like an Insta baby. And every time I fly away, it hurts me to say goodbye. I always knew when we met each other, I really wish you could meet my mother, 'cause I know you steal a heart as fast as you stolen mine. Now I found my way out of the dark when you came into my life and grabbed my heart. Now I'm breathing in your love, and I'm breathing in your love, and I need to feel your heartbeat right close to you is where I always wanna be. Now I'm breathing in your love. Now I'm breathing in your love. Of the dark when you came into my life and grabbed my heart. Now I'm breathing in your love, and I'm breathing in your love, and I need to feel your heartbeat right close to you is where I always wanna be. Now I'm breathing in your love, and I'm breathing in your love. Thank you.
Majozi, you're on your Feel Good Breakfast show. Listen, before you started the song, I said, sure, Majozi. I wasn't saying, calling you sure, Majozi. I was like, sure,
wow.
Majozi. Like, I was
well,
trying
you know what?
to, like,
she's pretty. I mean, I feel pretty when you say that.
Close to You. That is amazing, exclusive here on your Feel Good Breakfast show. But right now, we're down to the last hour, and it's time to have a look at those news headlines one more time.
Sure, Jamie, sure. It is time. Time to get into our national news. Eskom says municipalities' arrears have been now risen to 32.9 billion rand. The power provider says its financial results for the 6 months ended September the 30th show slight improvements in core operating aspects, but significant financial problems still exist. The chief executive or financial officer, rather, Caleb Kasim, announced Eskom's interim results yesterday. He says Eskom is working with a multidisciplinary task team to find permanent solutions to the municipal debt problem. He mentioned that Soweto's arrears had increased from 12.8 billion to 13.2 2 billion in the first 6 months. And staying in South Africa, pharmaceutical group Johnson & Johnson is the first company to apply to register a COVID-19 vaccine in South Africa. The South African Health Products Regulatory Authority, or SAHPRA, said this yesterday. SAHPRA Chief Executive Boitumelo Semete said the regulator has now begun an official review process and will focus on the safety, quality and efficacy of the vaccine. She added that the regulator has held a number of pre-submission discussions with companies in which she advised about the data required for a successful application. Casting a wider net on the international front, a United States decision to remove Sudan from a list of state sponsors of terrorism came into effect yesterday. The US placed Sudan on the list in 1993 after it was used as a base for Al-Qaeda. US Secretary of State Mike Pompeo said the decision eliminates a burden that has weighed on Sudan's economy since 1993 and restricted its ability to receive aid. At the same time, Sudan agreed to normalize relations with Israel. Then a new variant of coronavirus, which has been found, which is growing faster in some parts of England. This is according to UK Health Secretary Matt Hancock. He said at least 60 different local authorities had recorded some 1,000 cases of COVID infections caused by the new variant, and added that the World Health Organization had been notified and UK scientists were doing detailed studies. Hancock said there was nothing to suggest the new variant caused worse disease or that vaccines would no longer be effective. Now moving to the US, young cops introduce a new method of busting crime. Police in Riverside in the American state of California have introduced a new method of crime fighting by using an undercover Santa. Cops dressed as Santa Claus and his elf blazed into action when they witnessed a car being stolen. Santa and his elf were outside a busy shopping complex as part of a holiday enforcement program when they spotted 3 men in the process of stealing an SUV in the parking lot. Impeccably dressed in their new attire and amid encouraging shouts from members of the public of "Get him, Santa," and "Nail him, Santa," they immediately gave chase at full gallop. One suspect was quickly apprehended, but the second made a few feeble moves of resisting arrest, which resulted in Santa putting him on the ground in a manner which would have made Steven Seagal beam. And the elf cop even ordered the suspect to kneel at gunpoint. Alas, the third suspect calmly drove off in the SUV. However, the police say they know who he is and he is on the naughty list. He will not get anything in his Christmas stocking on Christmas Eve. Brings new meaning to the word naughty elf. And that's where we leave our news headlines for this morning. Let's take one last look at our sporting bulletin. Let's start with rugby news. The lack of international competition for the entire year since lifting the Webb Ellis Trophy has definitely intensified interest in the Springboks pool draw for the 2023 Rugby World Cup in France that was completed in Paris yesterday, where the Boks have certainly avoided a worst-case scenario in Pool B, up against Ireland, Scotland and the winners of the Asia-Pacific 1 and Europe 2 groups. South Africa will play Ireland, currently 5th in the world, for the first time ever in a World Cup pool stage. And that lack of game time probably also weighing on the mind of Captain Siya Kolisi, who has said that for the immediate future, the Springboks' attention will be on another huge and looming challenge in the form of the British and Irish Lions tour next year. And speaking of draws, we move to football. The draw is in for the Europa League last 32, and Manchester United have a tough task in the form of current Spanish league leaders Real Sociedad. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's side finishing 3rd in their Champions League group, so dropping into the 2nd tier, where they can now look forward to welcoming in-form former City star David Silva back to Old Trafford. Their Premier League table topping rivals Tottenham Hotspur, they'll definitely be happier with their draw against Austrian club Wolfsberger. But more immediately, most pundits I think will be waiting for tomorrow night's Premier League top of the table clash between Spurs and Liverpool. Both sides dropping points with draws over the weekend. Spurs with their nose just out in front. That's tomorrow night at 10. Tonight, Chelsea will want to bounce back from their loss to Everton as they travel to the Molineux to take on Wolves. Then staying with football but bringing it back home, looks like becoming a very sought-after role. AmaZulu have now unveiled their new head coach, Benny McCarthy, back in the 18 area, hoping to that his return to mainstream South African football will herald a new era for the Durban-based side. The Porto and Bafana star, whose last outing as a manager at Cape Town City FC ended prematurely, according to many, replaces Ayanda Dlamini, who was only able to net one win in 6 outings this season. Manny's first challenge is up against Golden Arrows tomorrow night. Tonight, his former club plays Stellenbosch FC, while the reigning champions and current log leaders Mamelodi Sundowns Sundowns. They'll face newcomers TS Galaxy. But I think the derby action between SuperSport United and Kaizer Chiefs will probably steal the headlines for tomorrow. That's a wrap of your sport as well for this morning. Let's take one last look at the skies and some of your beautiful sunrise pictures.
Sure, gee, that was a mouthful. But it is the final hour. We ask you to send through your sunrise photos so we can see how your morning looks from your part of the country. Now, we start off with Nick Lombard, one of our regular photographers, posted this beautiful pink skyline and windmill from the Klein Karoo. Nancy Govender also managed to capture this bright blue sunrise from Umkomas in the KZN. And then Shaheen Peterson sent us a sunset picture. However, we still appreciate the view all the way from Hermanus. And then you can also expect a pleasant day with a maximum of 22 degrees. Linda McMillan posted her morning view of the CBD from Durban. And of course, you too can contribute to our weather report by capturing your sunrise pictures and posting them on Expresso's Facebook page. Now, wild weather is battering a 1,000-kilometre stretch of Australia's east coast, bringing torrential rain and abnormally high tides of up to 8 metres, eroding the shoreline in some areas to cities, including Brisbane and the Gold Coast. More than 2,000 homes in the cities were out of power yesterday and people were left stranded in floodwaters. This as meteorologists have warned that this Australian summer will see the impacts of a La Nina weather pattern developing in the Pacific, which typically brings more rainfall and tropical cyclones. They've also warned Australia of a future of simultaneous natural disasters. On that note, here's a final look at the temperatures in South Africa, starting off with Polokwane. Your low is 19, peaking at 27 degrees. If you do find yourself in Umbumbela today, it ranges from 21 to 33. Pretoria, for you, it is a low of 16 and a high of 26. Johannesburg, 13, 24. Mahikeng ranges from 17 to 30. Klerksdorp also ranges from 17 to about 32 degrees. Kimberley, 16, 34. Bloemfontein, your minimum is 14 with a maximum of 31. And then partly cloudy conditions expected for Richards Bay, ranging from 21 to 28. Pietermaritzburg also coming through with a 49% chance of thunder showers with a low of 17 and a high of 26. And of course, South Africa's playground Durban ranges from 21 to 28. Umtata, 13, 22. East London, 18, 23. And if you're out and about in Cradock, your temperatures range from 12 to 28. The friendly city of Port Elizabeth with a low of 17 and a high of 23. George, 14, 22. The mother city Cape Town ranges from 15 to 22. And then Worcester, 11, 31. Sutherland coming through with a low of 8 and a high of 27. And then of course, last but definitely not least, Uppington with a low of 21 and a high of 36. It is a Tuesday. Make sure to make this Tuesday count.
So we put it to you guys because you are the tome of all knowledge. You are what we rely on to give us a tip on how to survive the year-end madness, because it is silly season.
It's been a year, G, and I think we're all going through so much stress. We've taken a lot of strain, and we're asking everybody at home, how are they surviving?
Not that you can tell by Raul's face in that photo. He's been through much stress. This is what you had to say. So, Samantha Selene Bronco saying, good morning. Just got a little cup there of espresso. Nice. Take care of yourself. You cannot pour from an empty cup. Focus on the positive, and when things get hard, pray. I like that.
I like that indeed. Now, Bronwyn Hume comes through and says, try to remember the positives. We are all trying to get through a tough 2020. Give a kind word to your neighbor, buy the local car guard a cool drink and the sun, and just generally be nice, be lekker. I like that. And this world just needs more compassion and wear a mask, of course. Bronwyn, beautiful advice.
Yeah,
I
man,
think
you
that's
ticked a lot of boxes with that one. Well done, Bronwyn Hume. And then Hope saying vitamins, lots of water, exercise. Boom.
Keeping the essentials going.
Yeah, man.
And then KLM Pace says, I want to have whatever Raul had in his photo, and I'm assuming it's the one where I ungrumped Jamie, and all that was a little dose of the good stuff right here on Expresso, my friends.
I love it, man. Well, you can keep those comments coming. We're going to focus on that in the second hour, final hour of the show this morning. How are you coping with this year-end stress, the fatigue, the COVID fatigue that's kicked in? We'd love to hear from you. Welcome back. When we last spoke, we alluded to the fact that we're going to be dealing with this very difficult year, and the fatigue that's kicking in the last stretch of 2020 is here. Very difficult year, facing obviously a global pandemic, with New Year fast approaching and so many big questions. Many of us are feeling the end of year fatigue, COVID fatigue even you can call it. Taking care of ourselves emotionally, mentally and physically has never been more important than ever than right now. And by not taking care of the stresses that are causing our exhaustion can eventually lead to burnout and other mental and other physical health problems, and quite serious ones. Don't under or discount that. This morning we are joined by clinical psychologist Amy Clover, who we welcome back, who's going to give us some insights into beating the end of year fatigue. Woo, I'm trying to motivate myself even as I say it, because we are tired.
Yeah.
Amy, we are tired, man. And it's difficult to draw a line to know what has made us exhausted, because normally by this time of the year we would be tired anyway. It's the silly season for a reason. For the last few weeks of work, trying to wrap everything up, and now layer over that this insane year that we've had. But maybe a good place to start will be with an actual definition of fatigue, so we can classify it.
Yeah. So to define fatigue, it's essentially extreme tiredness, you know. So it includes things like apathy, low motivation, low energy. But fatigue is not just being tired on one day. It's more of a prolonged thing. So yeah, it's extreme tiredness in essence.
Bone-numbing tiredness. I keep using that term because it does feel it's deep. It's like right in it doesn't matter how much sleep you get.
Exactly.
I think the complexity of life seems to add to that, and this has been probably one of the most complex years that we've had. Is it a normal thing to feel this fatigue at this time of the year? Take away what we've experienced.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's a completely normal response. I mean, if we consider, you know, just how much strain we've all been under in this year. I mean, 2020 has taken a toll, but normally towards the end of the year, we do feel this type of tiredness. You know, it is about the strain that we've been under. But I do think it's normal, and, you know, that makes sense in the context.
What are the actual causes? I mean, it's great to paint it with one big brush, but what are the things that are triggering this and kind of getting us to this point of beyond being just tired and now being proper fatigued?
Yeah, there's a number of causes, and I think fatigue is one of those symptoms that you can see as a result of a number of things. So you need to rule some things out at times. So some of the causes of fatigue can be medical reasons, can be physical reasons, like physical exertion. So if you've been, you know, exerting yourself quite a lot, emotional strain. So if things really have been taking a toll on you, and you know, fatigue as a symptom on its own is often something that brings one to a doctor or brings one to a psychologist. So it's important to unpack the different causes behind it, because it can be a number of things.
So you can start addressing it. So you can kind of put some balance back in your life in that sense. What are some of the warning signs that we need to be looking out for? Because I think by this stage we're kind of in robotic mode. We're just going and pushing through it. But we do need to take cognizance of where we are so we can address it. What are some of the warning signs?
So I think some of the main signs maybe of fatigue and burnout would be like irritability, right? Right, I think we can all relate at the moment. You know, some sort of like boredom, like a lack of interest or motivation. Exactly, yeah. That tiredness and boredom is part of the main things. And like we were saying, you know, fatigue is a feature in burnout. So it's actually something that you will see within the context of burnout.
So we, as a team, have had to be tested regularly for COVID-19 as part of our working process here. I've been convinced almost every time that I've had it. I've had these ghost symptoms because I've been tired, because, you know, and suddenly I'm like, I can't taste anything. Do you think there is a danger of confusing now, because everyone is feeling this fear, especially now entering into the second wave, of confusing the symptoms of COVID with other symptoms of just our chronic fatigue?
Yeah, that's a good point, you know, because fatigue, as far as I'm aware, is also a symptom that you can see in the context of COVID, right? So, you know, it is something that one does need to tease out with a medical professional, or, you know, depending on the type of care that you might need. So I think that it is something we can confuse, but it's important to just work with a professional with regards to that.
If this conversation has exhausted you right now, it's probably because you are suffering from a form of fatigue. There are emotional levels to it. There is a very physical component to it as well, and certainly a mental component this time of the year. All perfectly understandable, but let's see what we can do to address it. Amy's going to stick around. We're going to continue this discussion. Maybe you've got some great advice for us on how you are coping with the year-end madness. Share some of your thoughts with us on our Expresso Facebook page, and we'll hopefully get to some of those in just a moment.
Indeed, such valuable info when it comes to burnout, of course, and it's that time of the year when I think we are all experiencing a little bit of it, of course. And in case you are wondering, we've got something that I think might just help you. So the school holidays are officially starting today, and everyone's going to be enjoying the great summer weather, right? So summertime is also about watermelon time and, of course, iced tea time. Yeah, just picture it now. So today we're showing you how to put them together to make a healthy and fruity iced tea to inspire you to make your own recipes at home. And we'd love to see your creations, so much so that we're asking you to remember to share them with us using that hashtag made by you, and then you can stand a chance to win 5,000 Rand. It's as simple as that. But I'm joined by the beautiful Anel. I have not seen you in ages. How have you been?
It's so nice to be back. Yes.
Oh, it's always good having you in the studio.
I love this kitchen and I love you guys.
And the kitchen has loved and missed your energy, and I can't wait for this. So we're doing something special. It's iced tea, right?
Yes, you know, our body's feeling tired. As you mentioned, this time of the year, and you want something pure, something without caffeine, without preservatives to put into your body. And rooibos tea is just the answer.
Yes.
You know that. It's one of the purest forms of tea.
I think I couldn't agree with you more. And the fact that it's caffeine-free also allows you to have it at night, and a warm drink that can allow you to sleep and not keep you up. And obviously, we need to recover.
Exactly. And this is truly South African, eh?
Rooibos?
Yeah, it's in serious wêreld. It's a South African product. So, so let's make this iced tea. So we're going to use some watermelon, some lime, some honey, and some mint and some ice. That's how easy it is.
Delicious.
So if people want to enter, it's the easiest thing, guys. Just buy a packet of tea, a bit of ice, and then look at like summer seasonal fruit, like mangoes or peaches, and just make one. You can win 5,000 Rand.
Wow.
Gosh,
simple
made by
as that.
you.
So if I was to ask you, how would you enter the competition? If you try to win the 5,000 Rand, what would you put together?
Now I must think quickly. Okay, I've got my rooibos tea. I'm going to have some honey. I'll put some honey in with rooibos tea. You know what I will do? I will take grapes and I will freeze them.
Okay.
And I'll add the grapes as the ice.
Oh,
and that will be
flavored
my...
natural ice blocks.
Yes, so that will be my version made by you. Made by me.
Oh, that is so awesome.
So how are we going to make this? Rooibos Fresh Pack comes in these beautiful flavors now. This is a watermelon and mint.
Oh, nice.
I want you to taste this, smell this. Sorry, not taste it, smell it. So they've got a range of flavors and even
Do you know what
kids.
that smells like?
Watermelon and mint.
Summer.
Yes, yes.
That smells so good.
So first you need your water not to boil ferociously. They call it like the frog's eye. The water must just be bubbling a little bit when you steep tea. So you put it in there and you steep it for about 4 minutes.
Okay, while you're doing that, I just found out that we've already got some competition entries.
Whoa!
Yes.
Share it with me.
That's
Share
how
it
quick
with
we work
me.
here. So Mamelo Mapeyelo has come through with a tutti frutti iced tea. Have a look at this. Oh, that looks good. Hey, how's that?
Look at that glass and that piece of orange. That looks so delectable.
It's like an invite to summer itself.
Yes.
And then once again, we've got another entry. You guys work fast. It's like you're literally waiting for us. We've got Nicole Gallant with a fruit medley iced tea. Look how delicious that looks.
She's clever. She's used peaches and that's in season. So that is what I've just said. Use what's in season. That's why we're using watermelon.
And I must say, I think Nicole Snelling, wherever she may be in the studio, is going to love the fact that one has been so lovely decorated. That artisan bowl jar, which I love as well. So let's get back to our competition, because I think you and I should try to win this 5,000 Rand. What do you say?
I think so.
Let's go for it.
Yes.
So what are we doing next?
We're doing here, we're going to add the cool down. Now that's steeped for about 4 minutes. And remember, never boil tea. It gets bitter.
Yes, I heard that. I heard also that if you boil or you keep the hot water too hot, it actually burns the tea as opposed to letting that flavour extract.
And that's
so
what
that's
makes
probably causing
bitter.
the bitterness.
So you put this into a glass, pour that in, and you can sweeten it with a bit of honey.
Honey.
Yes, I like to use like honey with fynbos or something, you know, fynbos or orange flavour that you can buy in the shop.
Keeping to that trend of local, keeping it authentic with South Africa, of course.
And now we're just going to add some ice in here. I'm going to make ice. Instead, always ice because it's iced tea. And the only thing we're going to do now, we're going to add these beautiful blocks of watermelon. Remember, I said use seasonal. This is very seasonal now.
So is this something that you could have, I know you mentioned the frozen grapes earlier. Could you do the same thing with the watermelon, I would imagine?
I think watermelon has got too much water in it, and it's going to freeze very strangely, and I think when it defrosts, it's just going to go pop. So I would really not recommend that. Yeah, I will stick with the grapes.
Stay away from the watermelon freezing, so grapes will be a good option, okay?
And then we can just take lime leaves or lemon leaves or orange leaves, slices, and you just decorate it with this. And then we're going to take a bit of mint. I like to break up my mint because that releases the flavour of it. And you can just, it's very healthy. And there you are. I'm going to just add a little bit of soda. I haven't left a lot of space for that, but add a bit of soda.
Wow,
and
Nell,
taste
thank you very much.
I think that is like a 5,000 Rand entry made by you.
Let's taste and see.
How does it taste?
Oh. It tastes like $5,000.
Does it taste like five? And it's so easy to enter. I want to tell the people, please enter. Gosh, we all need money, don't we?
Indeed we do, guys. So the best recipes are always #made by you. And we want to share your homemade iced tea recipes using any Fresh Pack product on the Expresso Facebook or Twitter competition page. And of course, post to stand the chance of winning 5,000 Rand. You saw how easy Anal and I just whipped this beautiful summer cocktail up. And of course, you can make sure to include your pictures and use that #made by you. Now, the competition closes tonight at midnight, and you need to hurry up, and your T's and C's can be found on expressoshow.com. Hurry up. Cheers.
Cheers.
Enjoy delicious homemade iced tea this summer. Simply add fresh lime, berries, and honey to ice-cold Fresh Pack Rooibos tea. See on pack for more recipes. Fresh Pack, goodness comes naturally.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back as we continue with our health discussion this morning. Clinical psychologist Amy Clover is still with us. Amy will be sharing some ways that we can beat the year-end slump and avoid heading into 2021 with the same feelings of exhaustion. It's been a tough year, but we can do it. I know we can adjust our mindset, and hopefully there are practical measures that we can put into place. Maybe let's talk about this kind of process of moving from being tired into burnout, because that's ultimately what we don't want to happen, is for it to reach that degree. What are some of the signs that we're moving from just being fatigued to possible burnout, where the repercussions can be quite serious?
Yeah, Yeah, so like I was saying before the break, is that fatigue is a main feature in burnout. So that would be one of the main signs initially. But burnout really, it's a coupling of different symptoms. So it's a bit of an overlap between some adjustment type symptoms, anxiety related and depression related symptoms. So those are some of, there would be an overlap of that. So again, it's the basic things with our body in terms of like sleep, our energy levels. Those are the things you always want to be monitoring. And generally like our irritability. So that can speak to some depression perhaps or burnout, but it's something again that must be teased out. Yeah.
You've touched on the word there, depression. Can chronic fatigue lead to mental illness?
Good question. It's a tricky one to say that it's, a direct line. But I think, when we're fatigued and when we're tired, no one's functioning at their best, So I think the main way we can maybe draw that line is that if we are really tired, it starts to affect our other levels of functioning. Like it can affect our work performance, or it can affect, our relationship or things at home. So it starts to affect the rest of our context more than anything. And maybe that context then, contributes to us developing symptoms of a mental illness.
It's quite complex, but it's can have a very simple root.
Exactly.
So what do we need to do to boost our energy and beat the slump so that we can enjoy the new year and enter 2021 inspired and energized? What do you recommend?
Rest, and more rest is where I always start. And not only rest in terms of sleep, but, what sort of fills up your cup. So maybe if that's in terms of self-care, maybe that's in terms of just spending time with loved ones where you can. Those are some of the main ones. And then also, I think taking good breaks from social media or taking breaks from work where we maybe work more than we should outside of work hours, so trying to take a break maybe from emails on a weekend or really taking leave when we're taking leave. So I think those are some of the practical things we need to try
not to work from home, just set those boundaries. I think it's, even as I hear you saying these things, I'm like, well, that's all good and well, but I need to work my 12-hour days to be able to get the job done. But at some point, you've got to be able to draw a line and set those boundaries, because it's your own health and then it's your family's health and well-being that will be impacted as a knock-on effect. I said I'd touch on some of your comments, and people have weighed in with some brilliant comments this morning. Haley Shara saying, good morning. Know that you are blessed to have made it this far, and break up the day is just around the corner. Breakup day is just around the corner. That should motivate you to keep pushing through. Maybe that's the light at the end of the tunnel is something that we can focus on. Kingsley saying, we must make time to jump off the hamster wheel, take stock of what we have been through, where we're at and how best to move forward, especially those of us who live in the concrete jungle. Importantly, or equally important, it's to cultivate a life of gratitude. That's I'll be spending 10 days or so doing that over the festive season. And then Charlene saying, definitely get a hobby, exercise, read, laugh, play, especially with your kids, family, siblings, but most importantly, pray and never forget yourself. If you're feeling like resting, sitting by yourself or pampering yourself, do it, because no one can be there for you like yourself. Oh, and spend wisely, take care and be safe. Yeah, managing the finances does help the situation. Amy, some very wise words from you and from our viewers, so thank you so much. I think most importantly, we've just got to take a moment to take stock and know that it's okay not to be completely okay this year or any year at this time of the year. There is so much weighing on us, but the most important thing is to just take cognizance of that, take a moment to take a breath and really consider where you are and what you need to do to take care of yourself, because you have to. If you're going to be an effective parent, an effective family member, an effective worker, colleague, you've got to take care of yourself. So thank you so much for energizing me just a little bit this morning. Hopefully we've done the same for you.
Energizing indeed, of course. Gee, now to add to that, the year 2020, of course, has been a difficult one for most of us as we obviously continue to fight the COVID-19 pandemic. And now that you're experiencing that year-end slump, I'd imagine getting up to go to work and doing your normal daily tasks might feel a little bit drained, to be very honest. But one of the best ways to combat this year-end fatigue, of course, is surprisingly through staying active and moving. Now we know that regular exercise leads to good physical fitness, fitness. It improves your overall health, boosts cardiovascular health, and improves oxygen circulation in the body, which of course all adds up to boosting your energy. And I'm joined by Jamie Dunberg.
Hi,
and
everybody.
We have just recreated an office environment because I think, especially for that year-end fatigue, for those that are still trying to work through it, working at home behind your desk or just working anywhere, this is a big issue. We are slumping, we are taking the strain, and we're taking all of the issues with us, and it's affecting our body physically. So it's so important to check in with ourselves, open up that dialogue with your body, and just kind of make sure that everything's in check and you still get that movement, especially when you have a long, stressful day. We kind of just forget to move and we stiffen up completely. So what we're going to do is create something that you can literally do from wherever you are, at your desk, at work, at home, even if you're sitting on your couch. This is something that can work. So what we've done is recreated a work environment. You're going to push your chairs back for me right now, and you want to get your arms to just about touch the edge of the table. All right, your table can be at various heights. That's not a massive issue, but what is important that you're sitting up straight for all of this. All right, sitting up straight means that I'm not hunching over. I'm using my core. I'm engaging it. I have a nice neutral spine, and of course my shoulder blades are also set. That means my scapula are almost sitting into the back of my back pockets. All right, in this position, we're going to start from the top down. All right, so obviously a lot of strain in our neck and also our traps. That's the muscle over here that kind of connects the shoulder to the neck in a weird way. Big one over here. So we're going to start off by just looking to the left, then to the right, tilting your head to the left again, and then to the right, and then we're going to move it forward. And you'll feel that stretch behind your neck now, and then lifting up, and then one more time in front of you, and then the same thing going back. And now we want to start incorporating the traps and get some movement. So keeping your hands in front of you, you're first going to rotate. So this is going to be half rotations. And then for the next 30 seconds, what you're going to do is get your hands onto off the table and kind of go for some big shrugs. So we're going to start going forward first. And this movement is obviously going to get the tension to just kind of unravel, get that oxygen to flow back into the muscles. Let's reverse that direction now when we're going backwards. Each of these movements you want to hold for at least 30 seconds, Jamie. And now that we've freed up that upper body, we're going to really start getting into that energizing. All right, so I've used the table as a prop, and it's a perfect way to use it as a tool to create leverage and to also stimulate your muscles. All right, so we're working the triceps now and the arms, and that's the back of the body. Back of the arms, sorry.
For the flabs.
For them flabby arms, yeah, everyone's complaining about flabby arms. So you basically put your hand on the edge of the table. Now you're going to relax your upper body in a sense of allowing all the weight to be carried by your arm, okay? So I have my ditches up, and that's the inside of the elbow, facing up towards the sky. Keeping my elbows tucked in, I don't want to flare out, but I literally want to lean against the table, supporting my weight and controlling my head almost all the way down to the desk. Now don't let your boss see you in this position, because he'll probably assume that you're sleeping. So keep making sure that you're moving.
I was just going to ask now, imagine our boss comes in and we're busy doing this. No, I'm not sleeping. I'm just working out. Like,
Don't
I'm
mind
fine.
me. I'm just being efficient. So essentially what you want to focus on, Jamie, and I'm seeing those elbows sticking out. Keep them facing down towards the ground. Support yourself coming down especially, and you're going to feel that tension in the arm over here. The fact that we have our body supported by the chair means that anybody can do this and anybody will get stimulation. So the slower you go, the more you're going to get that stimulation, and then forcing it all the way through. I press quite a bit, and you can see on that press that tricep starts to engage. That means you're doing it correctly, Mzansi. How are those tris looking over there?
Mine's not looking like that, but it's one day when I'm big.
All right, so again, what we're going to do is use the table as a prop, and we're going to work our delts right now. Essentially raising it straight up above your head for 2 seconds and then resting it just above the table. And this is going to be your guide, so you don't want to go lower than this. Again, we're going for 30 seconds in total, and this is going to allow that alleviation from the entire upper body. In this position, as we get down, we're going to twist to the left, and then we're going to twist to the right. And now we're working that thoracic twist, getting the spine to engage at the same time. And last but not least, in order to help our core, we've got the perfect core finisher for you at the desk. For 30 seconds, you're going to finish off holding your chair just as you are. You can have your hands in front of you on the desk to support you, or holding the chair. I'm going to do the desk version, you can do the chair. And we're simply tucking our knees in towards our chest, working that core, and you don't have to go anywhere. As you can see, it's as simple and as easy as that. And you've almost got an entire full body workout. It's not going to drain you. Every single movement, 30 seconds only, and this is going to give you that movement that you need to re-energize your body, get that oxygen and blood flowing, and get you kicking it all the way into the new year.
This one.
This one over here.
That one.
Finish off with this one. Yes!
Oh, you can make my day.
Are
you ready to stand a chance to win 100% goodness prizes with Crush, such as Nutri Bullets, Veggie Bullets, Tefal kitchen appliances, bar fridges, skincare products, fitness products, and vouchers? 100% you are. 100% goodness winners will be announced daily on Expresso from Monday to Friday from September through December. To enter, buy Crush promo packs. See the back of the label to scratch, and if you find a unique code, dial the USSD number on the pack to stand a chance to win immediate prizes or go into the grand prize draw. If you do not find a unique code, keep buying Crush to find the hidden codes. Crush is 100% fruity, fresh, tasty, and refreshing.
Made with love by Clover.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back as we shift to medical matters. With a second wave of the COVID-19 pandemic here, many South Africans are worried about losing their jobs or having to take big pay cuts again. The second wave has once again put our health top of mind, and some are concerned that they might not be able to afford a healthcare plan anymore. We are joined by MedShield Medical Scheme Principal Officer Tanesh Naidu to find out more about keeping price increases in 2021 as low as possible, get a look into what 2021 might hold, as well as a whole new benefit option. Tanesh, welcome, my friend. Thanks for joining us again.
Great. It's always a pleasure to be on your show. Thank you very much.
Dark times again. 2020 is drawing to a close. It's been a tough year financially for so many people. What is MedShield doing to enable South Africans to get covered and stay covered in the new year?
Thank you. So at MedShield, we really understand that 2020 has not only affected public health, but really the financial stability of almost every household. And as a solution, MedShield, we've managed to keep the price increase of our 2021 premiums as low as 5.9%, which in Rand terms equates to an affordable 84 Rand on entry-level plans. And our team really looked at the numbers and worked tirelessly to find what is the sweet spot between sustainability and affordability. And we believe that a 5.9% will allow those without medical aid to join MedShield and be a part of our Live Assured proposition and enjoy the choice of aid plans, rich benefits, and affordability.
Low premiums sound like a fantastic way to start the year on a positive note, so thank you for that. A little less worry for our January. Now, given everything that's happened in 2020, how do you think 2021 is going to play out? How will it be different?
So unlike 2020, where we were all caught off guard, by the pandemic, we enter in 2021 with eyes wide open to the realities faced, as well as the work it'll take to overcome existing and potential challenges. So COVID-19 will still dictate much of our behaviors, so we need to continue to look after our health and the well-being of our families, adhering to every safety protocol and government regulation to protect ourselves and each other. The promise of COVID-19 vaccine certainly offers hope for a return to some form of normality, but this may only transpire towards the back end of 2021. It is still very important that people prioritize their health and well-being and make use of the tools, benefits, and cover options that MedShield offers to help keep members in good health, good shape, and help them live assured.
I love that. Live assured. Well, speaking of those cover options, MedShield will be releasing a new benefit option in 2021 called MediCurve. Can you tell us a bit more about MediCurve itself and who this health plan might be useful to?
Thank you. I'm really excited about the launch of a new digital plan which runs off your mobile phone called MediCurve and is aimed at the tech-savvy youth in South Africa. So through innovation, MediCurve brings tech to healthcare and is priced at an affordable 1,400. In fact, this is now our lowest price point of plans. And the plan is filled with digital features, including virtual consultations, access to unlimited hospital benefits within the network, unlimited GP visits at a minimum of 100 Rand co-payments every time you need to see a GP. So we really believe technology has the power to lower the cost of healthcare and improve access. And through platforms such as the MediCurve, South Africans can access quality healthcare at an affordable price point.
Absolutely love the sound of that, especially in light of all of these new pressures that we are facing now in our second wave. So thank you so much for bringing that message out today. We really do appreciate your time this morning. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Take care.
Well, clearly, MedShield believes in caring about you towards a healthier nation by introducing innovative solutions that give members peace of mind to #LiveAssured.
Life. There's nothing like it. Your future health is in good hands. Live assured with MedShield Medical Scheme.
It has been a difficult year for so many people, but nothing beats cooking, nothing beats getting back into the kitchen and trying out some summer menus. And of course, there are two good things about this time of the year. It's, of course, summer. And mangoes are back in season, because the only thing better than holidays are holidays filled with the fragrance and flavor of summer, which is exactly what you get every time you indulge in sweet, succulent, lekker, warte mangoes. Whether you're heading for the mountains, the beach or bush these holidays, put summer on your plate with the summer mango dessert. It's the simplest dessert recipe ever, and it is absolutely Moorish. And of course, my favorite is back with me in the kitchen.
You look so lovely in your pink. You really look so bright and beautiful like summer.
I've missed you so much, and I know whenever you're here, it is calling for deliciousness and more, and my mouth is already watering because you're going to take us through this amazing recipe.
Yes, mangoes. Mangoes are fantastic. And when summer comes, I know when I see mangoes, it's summertime to take it easy. And there are different types of mangoes. Okay. I'm going to educate you today a little bit about So this beautiful mango is a Tommy Atkins mango. So you will find this in the store now till January. Perfect. This has got this beautiful sunset color. Look at that. Doesn't that just say summer?
So that's how we'll know that this is a Tommy Atkins mango. Tommy Atkins. The color.
And it's beautiful, fresh. And if you smell it at the stem. How beautiful it smells. That fragrant, floral flavor of mangoes.
Love that.
Yes. And then you get a Kent and a Keat. All male.
Because where the woman goes, the man goes.
Good one. So I don't have Kent here or Keat here, but because they only come out in February till April. But those are green mangoes. The Kent is green, and it stays green, even if it's ripe. But what's fantastic about it, it's fiberless. For those people that doesn't like the fiber, I like the fiber. I like to say on the pit. You know what I'm saying? And get all the fiber out.
Get into
it. And then the Keat one is exactly the same, but the Keat one is very green. But it's just got like a soft orange hue on it. You'll see that. So February to April, look at those mangoes.
That's when we get those
And remember, they stay green even though they're ripe.
And if you want to fasten that process of ripening the mangoes, how do we do that? Because I know you taught me that with the avos the last time. But sometimes you want to eat a mango today, and then it's hard and it's not ready to eat.
There's no way to fasten the process. You just have to put it on the fruit bowl, op die toonbank, and then you just have to wait for it. And when it's ripe, put it in the fridge. So keep a few there and a few in the fridge. So you've always got a bit of stock.
So nice and cold and fresh.
Yeah.
Okay, so today we're making a dessert.
Yes.
Summer screams fabulosity like you.
Thank you.
What is it all about?
So we've got some yogurt in here. I call it like a mango brulee. That's my interpretation of it. So I've got some yogurt in here, and if you want, look in your figure, you can do fat-free yogurt. But then we're going to add some cream. But if you're looking after your figure, just omit the cream.
Listen, there's no such thing as looking after your figure for the festive season. The calories do not count, everybody.
I know.
And it's like my mom. She will put like a fruit in something and she'll be like, this is healthy. So she will add sugar and all these things. She'll be like, but I put in mangoes, so it's healthy. So
it's healthy.
It's healthy. This is very healthy.
This is what I'm saying
all the
today.
cream and the yogurt going
in there. So the interesting thing is, you saw I'm pouring in liquids in here, and they were quite runny, but it's thickened up already. Look at if the camera can get that. So it's a beautiful consistency, and it's very rich and lekker. So the only thing we're going to do now, the ladies has already cut a mango for me, but the way you peel the mango is just take a potato peeler, get it there, and peel it.
I've never seen anyone peel it as more beautiful as you, because usually I just do this.
No, I can't believe that. Not you. Not you, so ladylike.
Not me, Anna.
So
That's
just
beautiful.
peel it like that. Look at that beautiful sunshiny flesh inside there.
And you're actually saving so much of the mango inside by just peeling it off, as opposed,
And if you use a knife, you lose lots of flesh.
That.
So all you do now is you take a bit of this delicious cream, and you can even add I will add a bit of vanilla seeds in there. That will be amazing. You can put it into your bowls. If you want to do it in a big bowl like they did there, it's a big bowl, and you add a bit of the cream and yogurt mixture at the bottom.
Love that.
Then we're going to add some of this beautiful mango. I'll put our Tommy in the pot.
Because that is the hero. And just to touch on what you said earlier on, you can tell if a mango is ripe by smelling the stem or squeezing it gently. Now, a ripe mango will have a full fruity aroma or will feel slightly soft to the touch and yield to gentle pressure. Now, mangoes are high in vitamins A, C, and biotin, and the mineral potassium. This yummy fruit is also a source of vitamins B1 and B6 and free from fat, sodium, and cholesterol. So many more reasons to pack a mango in your patkos or cooler or along with your braai pack these holidays. It's the perfect. Watermelon, mangoes.
That is my thing.
Boom.
And then you can use brown sugar. To add the brown sugar on top. It's going to add a slight caramelly flavour to it. I like the dark muscovado sugar because it's really rich in caramel.
So both are sugars?
Both are sugars. You just add it on top. And what's going to happen with these sugars, they're going to melt. If you put them in the fridge now, they're going to melt beautifully and cause like a layer of sweetness, caramelization on top of it. So I'm going to add more cream here, just for the last layer. And then I'm going to put some muscovado on top. You close this and you put it in the fridge, and then it will, the muscovado is going to melt, and it's going to look like a creme brulee.
It is.
So we're going to do this like this.
I hear G in the back.
I can hear that noises. He's making this noises. G, I can hear you. Oh, hoorah.
And I know he's going to spoil the in-laws with this dessert because he's a master in the kitchen. And then
always finish it off with more beautiful mango. And look how easy that was. And you can make this ahead of time. Make this ahead, even for Christmas Day, for a beautiful dessert. Make this ahead of time and put it in your fridge, and then that sugar will melt beautifully into it, and you've got like a mango parfait brulee yumminess.
Just a quick question, how long would you say this needs to set in order to be?
I will actually make it the day before, and then just open it up the next day. Become a little bit more room temperature. I don't like my stuff too cold. I like to have it a little bit like a bit coolish, but not too cold. And you just serve it like that to your guest. What more do you want?
Voila. You see, this is why I missed you so much in my life, because you come with the simple, easy stuff that anybody can do, and it is summer, and it is delicious.
And it gives you like a talking point on the table. So what mango did I use today? A Tommy Atkins.
A Tommy Atkins. We're going with a Tommy Atkins. And I'll always love you. And of course, if you've missed out on anything, expressoshow.com is where you can get your hands on the recipe and all this amazing mangoes, and also the names of the mangoes. That's the most important part. expressoshow.com. Bless you.
Welcome back. Now, if you still have not hunted down, excuse the pun, your nearest new Metro Extreme cinema to catch Monster Hunter on a 3-story high screen. Get out of here with groundbreaking Dolby Atmos sound. Today is your last chance to experience it in Extreme. But don't worry, the movie will continue showing in New Metro's other cinemas from tomorrow, but I think you want to see it 3 stories high. New Metro cinemas are now open 7 days a week, including public holidays, with all the required COVID-19 precautions in place to make sure that you are safe. You can book your tickets for Monster Hunter at newmetro.co.za, or you can call 0861 246 362.
Yeah, and remember, of course, New Metro and Expresso are giving one lucky viewer a chance to win themselves a VIP card, which will give them access to movies for an entire year. Yeah, and that's valued at 15,000 Rand. So, guys, to enter, reply to the competition post on our Expresso show's Facebook or Twitter pages and tell us what your favorite New Metro memory is. And, of course, do not forget to include the hashtag Expresso New Metro in your answer. Now, the competition closes on Saturday, the 19th of December at midnight. And, of course, those T's and C's can be found and do apply on expressoshow.com. We will see you at the movies.
3 stories.
Guys, we are down to the final few minutes of the show, and of course we have our proudly South African artist Majozi. His skill set goes far beyond just singing. He is talented on the guitar, the keys and drums, and is also a talented actress across all genres. And this morning he will be covering a Christmas classic titled Gloria as our excitement builds towards the 25th of December. Majozi, I'm sad, but the floor is yours.
Thank you.
Angels we have heard on high, singing sweetly o'er the plains and the mountains in reply, echoing their joyous strains to glory. Day, oh. Come to Bethlehem and see him whose birth the angels sing. Come adore on bended knee Christ the Lord, the newborn King. So gloria in excelsis Deo. In excelsis Deo. See him in a manger laid, him whose birth the angels praise. Mary, Joseph, lend your aid, while our hearts in love we raise. So in excelsis Deo. Gloria in excelsis Deo.
Yay, what a classic sung by an absolute classic. Majozi, Sure, Majozi, come across here, man. Raul, make a little bit of space so we can squeeze them in. Absolutely, now we've got to manage our social distancing is paramount. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you.
That was beautiful, man.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me.
It's a pleasure. Have I done enough to ingratiate myself to get a jersey yet? You've been
trying all day. I'm going to make one for your 2 little kids, bro.
Oh, man, now you're going to make me emotional and cry. So how are you feeling about the Festive, bro? What are you going to be getting up to, dude?
I'm just going to chill, man. I'm just going to, we can't really play too much shows and things like that, so I'm just going to chill, take some time to write songs, try and upskill myself, just try and enjoy the things that I do have in life.
Counting your blessings. I love
That's beautiful.
I mean, we love you, dude. We love the fact that we were able to get you here in person as well, and appreciate everything that you've been doing.
Thanks.
With the South African anxiety and depression groups. That's, I think it's really awesome. I think hopefully by now I've done enough to get a jersey. We really do appreciate all of you guys as well. It's been a really interesting show. I've got to say that our discussion about exhaustion and fatigue me. I'm exhausted. This year is it's taken it out of me. But something that does make me really excited is that tomorrow, being a Wednesday, something new, something old is new again, because it's returned. The culinary hotline is back. That's something to get energized about, and we'll be opening the airways. But you guys can also send any of your culinary conundrums on our social media platforms, and Chef Clem and our team will get to them as well.
Yeah. All about cheese tomorrow.
We've got some inspo for the 2 of you, I believe. We've got some parenting advice coming through for the holidays and the festivities.
Yes.
I know you're going to have your hands quite full indeed, so I'm sure you're going to want to look out for that. And then a little bit of R&B from Mr. Daniels coming through tomorrow, and you guys are not wanting to miss that. Of course, he's going to bring all that soulful jazz coming in. But again, Majozi, man, your voice is like a sensual, raw piece of beauty that you just share with the world, and I can't thank you enough for
No, the jersey. I must get the jersey, not now. We love you guys. We'll see you later.
Clover celebrates spring with exciting giveaways. Look out for selected Clover products in store to stand a chance to win. Made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.